Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Run the Flood, our weekly Shadowrun 5e game here on Table of Horrors. I am your Cosmic GM, Softanomicon, and I am joined tonight by my beautiful friends and players Mojave, played by Daybreakathon, Morningstar, played by Dirissa Rave, Cloudburst, played by Lord Rodon, Anxiety, played by Slippery Nosferatu, and last but never least, Jason, played by our gorgeous Noscavian. When we last left off, both our Technomancer Morningstar and our proper mage Cloudy were conked out in the Matrix and Astral, respectively, while the other three were left to have an evening. The evening ending with them finding out about a robot battle. I can't fucking talk. A robot battle festival that's occurring in the next week in Vegas. And when let me drink some more real quick. When we come back in to meet everybody, it is the morning. Uh, Jason and Anxiety, I assume you were all next to the workshop, though you may be somewhere else if you wish. Mojave, I assume you are staying as far away from the workshop as possible.
Yeah.
Midori is currently on one of the workshop tables with two small manipulators messing with some of his internal circuits to make sure he is up to snuff. Now, Morningstar. While you were conked out, you were actually doing a very long term run throughout the matrix, the web, trying to find out
Hmm.
even more any information to really you want to know everything matrix wise about Vegas right now, where you can
Hmm.
go, what you can do, all the rumors. So I'd actually
Hmm.
like you to roll me two rolls. I would
Okay.
like basic computer roll for a matrix search, and then after
Right.
that, you may also roll rumors.
Okay. So this is the computer roll first. I didn't do well this time.
Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Hmm. Interesting. All those dice, and for what? Well, I will do the rumors anyway. Maybe I'll pick up some tidbits. No, I won't. Oh my god, this is the first time.
Now, I will say, you're
Hmm.
not actually in any danger with these rolls. And
Oh,
you did
good.
this for a very long time.
Yeah.
I will allow you to re-roll these three times. So that's your first one. You can have a
Oh
second
shit.
one. Second try at both of
Okay.
them.
Okay. Okay.
I'm simply counting an
Uh,
amount of time.
yeah. Okay, hopefully this one's better. Is it better? It's not. At least it's not a fail. I have one success. Um, and then this will be rumors. I almost clicked the wrong button. Okay, better on the rumors. It's a four.
Four is perfectly fine in the rumors.
Mhm.
You can try computer one more time. It seems
Okay.
that Vegas is just really tough matrix to get around.
I imagine it's very chaotic.
It's chaotic and it's new for you. And
It's real
it's
bad.
it's been very difficult adjusting to Vegas.
Hmm.
But
Hard to focus, I think, even.
the information you have gained, and you're going to get a little more for less because there's so much time.
Hmm.
But there are still some things that have just they were hidden. They were just almost impossible to parse through.
Hmm.
But you, in your searches, you're doing searches on different names and locations and everything from hotels and the mafia, trying to find anything you can.
Hmm.
You will find out some things about the Vice Hotel. It
Okay.
is 20 years old.
Okay.
Uh, it used to be named something else, but its
Okay.
best way to put it is it's almost like you can't find out what it was named before. It's just it was named something else. But it's like the records of whatever it was named before kind of just fell apart.
Mm.
But it's been that way, been the Vice Hotel for 20 years.
Okay.
And any imagery you can find before the outside doesn't have any it doesn't have any of the visual, like you can't see what it's named, but you notice that the
Huh.
outside was not always red. The Vice Hotel is very much lit up completely in red and hot pink, but before it was just like kind of a regular yellow light. So clearly when they
Mm.
changed name, they changed everything about it.
Yeah, yeah. They
You'll
changed the
also
whole vibe. Okay.
whole vibe. You'll also notice that the Vice Hotel has managed to remain there for 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
while every single other hotel around it has fallen down, broken down, been torn down,
Mm-hmm.
redone, resold. It's like
Okay.
nothing can last more than a year next to the Vice Hotel.
Okay. Okay. So it's remained for the 20 years, but everything else around it can't last for longer than a year.
Yes.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay.
And while you are doing that search, you will also find a very interesting photo. And this is leaning into like the rumors one. You'll find a photo as you're leaning down that line. There is a
Mhm.
photo of two men standing outside of a casino that you have seen before. It is the building for Casino Eclipse back in LA, but it's not named that. At this point, it was named something along the lines of the Starfarer or something else. And it's a
Mhm.
very older photograph. In fact, it looks like it was a scan of like an actual Polaroid.
Oh, okay.
And the photo shows four people. It is very much degraded. It's hard to tell the appearance of like most of the people,
Mhm.
but you do recognize one of the men immediately because you've
Mhm.
met this creature before. It is
Okay.
Rain, the spirit from LA.
Oh.
And you find this in the local rumors section. This is basically people discussing, trying to find out who owns Vice. It's a weird, internet just obsession of like, hey, who owns this damn hotel? There's nothing we know about it.
Mm.
And so
Mhm.
supposedly, not Rain, but the man next to him, like there's a giant circle around him, that is the
Mhm.
man who has owned Vice Hotel for 20 years. And the person in the picture looks like he can't be more than 35. So, by any judgment, if this was a human, they'd be like closer to their 70s by this point.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
But
Okay. Oh.
the only thing you see about him is very neutral face, but there's this he's just grinning. He just has the widest
Mm.
smile you've ever seen.
Perpetual Britain. Okay. The mind does ping at Mojave, like a ghost of Mojave's voice sort of goes off in Morningstar's head of don't trust someone who's always smiling. Um, so she sort of saves that scan in her own files to sort of bring to the others because she knows that they were inside of Vice, so perhaps they may have seen this person or seen a photo. Because you know how sometimes businesses will have like a photo of the owner
Yeah.
when it was like grand opening, that kind of thing. So that maybe they like passed a picture like that or whatever. So she saves that image to show the others.
Let's see. The next thing you learn in your searches, you will find basically the best way to put it is an online ad for
Mhm.
Club Sunset, which that is the club on the card that Papa Musa gave you. That's Papa Musa's club.
Okay.
And the reason it comes up is going down the pathway of vice, there is only one other institution that has basically done exactly the same thing with a slightly different effect. That is Club Sunset. It has been there for 20 years
Mm.
and has not changed, except every hotel or club around it
Mhm.
has thrived.
Okay.
And at this point, the that street it's on has had the same hotels and clubs for about 15 years.
Okay. Okay. I know a parasite when I see one. Um, in reference to Vice. Okay.
And since it was missed and it would have been out there, you will also find information that are just a set of photos from the first day of the fashion week that was going on the fashion week in
Yes.
Vegas. And you will get
Yes.
multiple photos of Maya
Mm-hmm.
Falcone walking the
Okay.
runway for maternity wear.
Mm-hmm.
Very happily, she just looks like she's glowing.
Yeah.
And you will also see her walk down the runway with her small daughter, Anne, in basically kids' clothes of that same line.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, they did a maternity fashion show as well as a children's fashion show at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just that. That's what you get. So you actually get like
Okay.
full on photos of her and the little girl,
Okay.
and a photo of Oscar alongside of his wife and daughter at Fashion Week.
He was there. Fuck me.
Yep, he was seemingly. You're not sure where he was. He wasn't in the show, but like it was talked about how, yes, the famous something something is sat in the audience happily watching his wife and daughter, and then joined them on stage at the end because turns out he paid for the whole damn thing. Whole thing was charity, and he gave all of it away.
I see. That's right. He's a philanthropist.
Anthropist.
He's not a mobster, at least in the public eye. Okay. Very interesting.
And I'll say that the only other thing you get
Mm-hmm.
is a rumors, and this is like the very end of your search. Like you basically this was the last thing you did before you actually just straight up passed out asleep and
Mm-hmm.
then you woke up in the morning. And that is that sometime last night a young man was found hung in his hotel room. His name
Mm-hmm.
was Vincenzo Verontes.
Verantis?
Verontes,
Verantis?
which is the other mafia family in Vegas, other than the Falcones.
The hotel, as in Vice Hotel.
Seems like yes. The hotel number and it seems he was found at the Vice Hotel.
Does this match the name for the bachelor party that Liam was performing at?
It doesn't actually.
But it was that same family.
It was that same family. The Verontes family is who ordered that party, but the
Mm-hmm.
Vincenzo does not seem to have been on any paperwork. And if
Okay,
anyone
so
met
he's
him, there's
yeah.
you don't know if it even was him. I mean, you wouldn't know, but you do have his photograph.
Okay. Okay. So I will take that file. He was found hung, you said, right?
Yes, he was. It is basically the rumors are saying it's debatable due to where he was hung, whether or not it was self inflicted or not.
I see.
Simply put, a lot of people are claiming that their contacts in the police are saying that simply there's no way he could have tied the rope like that.
I see. It's shady, basically.
Yes.
It's a shady situation.
But it is also possibly a mob hit, and most of the rumor mill you're on kind of is assuming it's going to get swept under the rug.
Okay. Um, you know what would I have to roll to put out like a mark, like a singular mark on this case in particular? Like or at least this last name, Verontis, to sort of keep track so that like if any other news sort of comes out or if there's more similar cases that pop up under that particular family name, I can get that information later.
Funnily enough, won't go too much because you're not really making it do too many things. So
Yeah. I just want the one like Google search, you know what I mean? That it
yeah,
just is
can
keeping
you
an eye out on.
can you roll me compiling? You don't have programs, but you can make a sprite. That's
Yeah.
entire job can just be watching this and
Info
constantly
sprite. Info sprite. Info sprite.
Yes, I've got a three info sprite for me.
We're gonna put him over here. Say he was going to be this. I will say, yes, you have a little. He doesn't have to do a lot. He's just a little info sprite, and he may look however you wish.
Yeah, he's gonna be like Midori. He's just gonna be like a little version of Midori, real tiny. Looks like a little spider bot, and it's just gonna be kind of going between the code. You know what I mean? Like real hidden, real sneaky. He is trying to gather that information without drawing any attention from any eyes out there on the Matrix. So, yeah, tiny little Midori.
I would say, since you don't want him to draw any attention, please roll registering.
Okay.
Because if a sprite is not registered, it can get found and torn apart very quickly.
Oh no, I don't want that. I don't.
As sprites are illegal.
Oh, I didn't know that. I got a 4 though.
Perfectly fine.
Okay. Cool.
So you work together this little info sprite, little teeny version of Midori, and you register him so he is safe and understood. You release him into the Matrix, and he goes bolting in between some code and has set his web up and will continue to do Matrix searches so that whenever anything else comes up with the Varan tests, or even this case specifically, you will be alerted by your small info sprite.
Fantastic. Because that's fucking weird. I think too, just given the very little that I know of Mojave's past and memories and things, it feels like a good thing to kind of know what the opposing group is doing. So yeah.
Of course. So that is what you have been doing while you were conked out and then had your sleep. Cloudy, you had sort of decided, at least specifically, I'd say after kind of figuring out that Vice was there, and maybe like let's do some my own research, as you would. You decide to go on an astral journey. You are muted if you're trying to say something.
Yes, I was. So just after getting a little bit woozy from the party that night. Yep, nope. I need some more look-sees into this. Gotcha.
And before we go on your astral journey, I need to step away for a moment as I am being called away. Forgive me. I'll be back in a moment.
Forgiven.
Not forgiven. I'm just getting back in here. I'm just getting to the swing of things after missing last week. What? Gosh. Yeah. No, I can imagine Cloudy and Finn, after being like, counterspell,
Yes.
Vice, don't go touching our fruit. Oh no, we don't have anything left to protect ourselves. Oh no.
Count out. That's right.
So upon waking up, it's kind of like, okay.
Now we're good. We're rested. We're well rested. Re-magic.
We're all rested, and I have a grudge. Let's go.
Yes, information out of spite. Yeah.
I mean, dangerous spirits are dangerous spirits.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
since someone in the party isn't telling us about it,
right.
Told you what you need to know.
In the
not
most
context.
to quote one slippery Nosferatu, that is immaculate cap. Like you you told us stuff, but nothing that was concrete. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, I'm sure Cloudy his vengeance information gathering will only increase when I divulge the information about the hotel.
Oh no.
Yes, and the weird leechy parasitic like habits that it has to the business.
No. When we first got in, it was kind of like weird roots everywhere with like a hazy
Ugh.
mist originating from that hotel.
It's bad vibes for sure. It's bad vibes hotel.
Yes,
It's what it
yes.
is.
Yes, 100%.
Mhm.
No
Yes.
real questions.
Bad vibes hotel.
But like, there's
I-
worse vibes out there.
True. Well, I maybe.
Yeah. Oh
I-
wait, hold on.
Perhaps.
Hold on. I just
Yeah.
realized Pixie did a thing.
Oh, what did Pixie do? Oh, is it for the hair? Is it for hair? It's for hair.
It's for hair.
Yes. Yes.
Woo!
Fabulous. Fabulous.
How much of it may or may not have been clipped out is debatable. But hey, that's
You
just
did it. You did the action.
part of the.
That's what counts.
And you're welcome, Pixie. However long it takes me to actually notice that thing's redeemed. But hey.
Forgive my IRL disappearance.
You're fine. You're fine.
Swear
Oh,
to God.
you ran up and down those stairs, didn't you?
Of course I did. I don't want to leave you guys so long. Who cares if I have a 3-story house?
Aw.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, I have a very tall house, and my office is in the top.
Softy was high kneeing it. Oh.
Softy had to get back. All right, so
They
on to-
didn't go up the stairs to your front door, did they? They left them right down at the bottom there, didn't they?
No, they did leave it at the thing, but I also had to. My glass storm door opens outward, and they like to put the food directly in front of the door. You know, when the door would knock it over. So, and I had food for me and my roommate, so that was a tall bag. But
So did you have to like go into the backyard, run all the way around to get to the front without just knocking everything over?
no, I just squished my little fat tummy around the door and reached down and grabbed it.
Gotcha.
But now we have things. So, on to the astral scenario.
Yes.
So, in your explorations of Vegas's astral realm, Vegas's astral realm is insanely chaotic, but it's a very different kind of chaotic to LA. LA's chaos is almost muddled and torn apart because that's exactly what it is. Vegas is just, there's a lot. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of auras, a lot of vibes, a lot of spirits, a lot of everything, and the whole city.
So vaguely between. What was the capital of Aztlan? Between Aztlan and LA, right in the middle there. A whole bunch of bullshit mashed together.
Oh yeah. You got spirits who are very clearly from multiple sections of like, okay. Everything moved in. Not to mention the fact that you are still technically within the Pueblo Corporate Council, and a major gang has a lot of very specific kinds of magic. I cannot remember their fucking name right now. Oh yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun and dandy out here. So you make your way through the chaos, very careful. You know, you are simply going on an astral journey. The weirdest thing about this place is that no matter how many auras or vibes or everything is here, there's almost like this simultaneous sense that everything is dangerous and nothing is. It's like the same feeling you get on a roller coaster. You're
Adrenaline rush, but not really in danger.
Yes. Like someone jumped out at you and spooked you for a minute. All that adrenaline hits, and then it's like, oh yeah, no, hold on. It's like looking at the shark behind the glass wall. All the spirits kind of feel this way. The only places that are a little bit different is the Vice Hotel. In the astral, properly entered in, seeing things as a spiritual being yourself, it is a gigantic red-rooted tree with twisted, thorny branches that just stab up into the sky. No leaves, no nothing, just this like violent looking wood. The base of this
Violent
tree.
wood. Softy.
Yeah, I know. How you doing? How you doing? All right, moving on. Yeah, no. I named that a while. I wrote those words a while ago and gave up on trying to make them sound better. So, as you look around like the base of this tree, a lot of the roots, kind of like a live oak's roots, where they come up above the ground before kind of going back down in. You see that they wrap around, twist, and almost crush in on different buildings all around the tree. Just almost like they're trying to strangle the life out of them or destroy them. And these roots go out. There are certain areas of the city, certain buildings, even farther out, that seem to be wrapped in the red. Clearly, like they are being used by the roots. Because you can see the flow of energy out into the tree
Going
itself,
from the
into the
building,
Vice.
just-
Yeah, into the Vice Hotel.
Okay.
You will also find the gentle white, light blue, and goldish, almost like musical notation. The strands that float through the sky, all of them lead back to what can only be described spiritually as like a grove. They're like trees, but they're almost glittering. And flitting about all throughout it are these little crystalline mantises. Praying mantises. And you'll actually see these as you do your walks. Every now and again, you'll see one of these little crystalline mantises just hopping from place to place. And wherever they land, especially if they land near one of the red roots seem to push away. The minute they're gone, the red root comes back into place, but clearly the two shall not meet. And this location, when you get close enough, you will recognize the aura immediately. It's Papa Musa. And
Okay.
you are now very much aware, astrally, how powerful Papa Musa actually is. Him and Vice are probably, from your view of this, the same level. They're just... neither one is stronger than the other. They just sort of coexist here. And when you met him, Papa Musa was very clearly, almost, I guess the best way to put it would be kind of damping himself to make him a little more approachable. Someone with that much energy probably would be a very concerning free spirit to be around. So you are now aware of, on the astral sense, Vegas is not just chaos. Vegas is chaos held between two separate spirits, and it is in a very delicate balance. Some places are pulled down by the roots, some places are uplifted by the mantises in the grove. It's just constantly happening. Then you start to see some stuff. It's every now and again. You don't even notice it first until you get that uncomfortable feeling. Suddenly, it is no longer that adrenaline rush, that little bit of protected danger. It is that sense, that chill up your spine. And you watch a little red lychee worm go slithering across your path.
Mana ball. Her mana bolt instantly just
Go ahead.
like instant gut reaction. Um,
Just It's just bug.
basically, that specifically blood bug. Um, you know what? You know what? Oop, let me do that right. Five.
That's plenty. You send out the mana ball, and this whole thing just pops. Just a red stain. A slightly smoking red stain on the ground. And in just a moment, for once, you watch both the mantises and the roots come towards the stain. The stain itself kind of behaves like a liquid, as if it was trying to soak into the ground. And it's almost instantaneous. The roots upend the ground, and the mantis just start ripping into the liquid, destroying it.
Okay.
And a scene like this happens multiple times during your journeys. Even when there's ones where you haven't immediately caught with the mana bolt, you will watch these worms get torn to shreds by both sides of this. Neither spirit seems to allow this creature to exist. You never really see a blood spirit bigger than one of the little worms, one of just the little pieces. There's nothing bigger than that here.
Okay.
And these are sort of the things that you see, that you understand as you make your way through the astral plane. And then you start to come back to your body. And you will see something off in the distance. And I'll let that you'll be able to register. This is where the biodome is. Which isn't done yet. It's still being built. But at the dead center of this biodome is nothing. And I mean nothing.
There's no life. There's no.
No life, no auras, nothing. It's just a dead zone.
Like, there's no, like, magical
You-
barriers protecting things.
No.
It's
It's
just.
as if it was just made barren.
What the fuck are they putting in this?
And you'll see that the roots do not enter into it. The music notes seem to morph around it as if there was a sphere of just nothing. You'll see some curious spirit attempt its way, and it walks into the dead zone, and you will watch as it doesn't poof, doesn't get destroyed. It walks and slowly fades as it's drained into the soil.
I don't have the opportunity to try and pull it back, do I?
It's very fast. You barely even realize what's fully going on until it is way too late.
The instinctive drive to try to just pull it out. I probably step in there for a moment or two just to try and get to it, but
If you were to step into it, I would like you to immediately take a single box of stun.
gotcha. All right.
And you get the shock. This sudden. It's not pain. It's like cold. And then it's like you can't feel anything. And you realize it's like you're losing the barrier that holds in your aura, your soul. like it breaks that barrier down and you're just starting to fade. You obviously immediately pull yourself out of it. The concern and discomfort is immediate. And the minute you're back, it's like you have to wait. And wait as your soul begins to re-knit itself back into its proper structure. You don't even want to think about what would happen to Finn, to Mojave, to anyone. Even people who aren't magically sensitive. If a soul enters into here, it could cause intense amounts of damage.
Jay!
We need a robot! So, we'll say that you awaken in the morning after your journeys. These are everything you will have seen on the astral planes. This is just your little adventures while you were out. So, you wake up with this fully in your mind of this dead zone being only maybe a mile from you right now.
If I may, Cloudy, you will awaken to the smell of bacon.
Awaken to bacon.
And actually slide in before there would definitely be a moment, at least a moment after Liam meditates, that everyone else is probably conked out, right?
Oh, absolutely. You only meditate for 2 hours.
If I may. So depending on how late Ra was up the night before and what time they got up that morning, they have pictures. There's pictures of the casino we were at, the strip, more random fucking adventures of just a lone cowboy on his great motorcycle. He has acquired a picture of at least the decal on the side of the van and perhaps the billboard as well.
I'd say you get a variety of responses, all just very entertained by the entire situation. Complimenting your appearance once they've seen the side of the van.
Sure. If Ra even has time that morning before they have to go to work, Liam will try whatever the equivalency of FaceTime during this time is, just to talk to them, just to keep up with them. Because this is someone who Liam has had a lot of not success and a lot of middling success meeting people. And a lot of these successes are typically just him successfully fighting a monster fucker. Really. But Ra not only took him on a date, stood up for him, and stood up for him to his own people. So Liam is keeping in touch, making contact, even showing off a little of the money he's making, like he's not out here just fucking around. Yeah, that's it.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah. No, then Ra is ecstatic to just being able to talk to you. You can tell that they are. You'll find it interesting anytime you do like kind of message or call them. You know, they're sort of switched between whether they are a man or a woman. Kind of depending, it seems like, wherever they are. But no, they are.
Liam's a whirling dervish of interests. He doesn't seem to have a preference and just kind of like takes it as Ra.
And I think that definitely makes Ra very happy just at that point. And I think, you will. Mutual interest is the best way to put it. You will also find out a little tidbit when you were on FaceTime with Ra that morning.
Okay.
Ra answers, and Ra knows that you know Ra's actual job. It's not hidden.
Oh yeah, and Raw knows I know Raw knows I'm not a dancer.
Yes.
It's
Like,
sure. Of
job's
course.
understood. And one of the days, that morning, you will see that Raw's kind of messaging you. You see the warehouse background, a familiar one. Actually, you've seen this warehouse before. You worked at the Diamond Stallion.
Yes.
There is a warehouse, or it was a warehouse, owned by Sleipnir.
Okay.
That's not a warehouse anymore. The best way to put it is it's actually a training location. Because there's never a point in time that the Diamond Stallion is actually closed. Any dancer that dances there is trained off site at this
Sure.
location. So you've actually seen, and you see a poster, like you're like, hold on, I know what that building is. And
the
you
old
can
break
hear
room.
the old break room. And yes, and Ra ends up mentioning something about a family member, and that they're supporting. They don't mention anything else. It's just very, very quick. But you get a little piece of information that one of Ra's family members appears to be a dancer, possibly, or at least works for Sleipnir.
Okay.
And unless you press, you just sort of get that little piece.
If that little bit of like trust is shown, he'll also kind of reflect that in that like he spent a lot of time recently paying off the tuition of his sister's college entry. Just tit for tat.
Yeah. All right. I'll give you some. You know what? With this little bit of trust, that little bit of give, you will find out the name of Ra's sibling,
Mhm.
and I will leave it up to you
All right.
to choose whether or not to tell.
Okay.
Ra's sibling is a bartender.
Okay.
They are a half sibling.
Sure.
This sibling is not really related to the mob family. It is on the other side.
Uh-huh. Sure.
This sibling is Nero.
Bro, scale's about to be down horrendous. That's crazy. All right. Liam will mention his sister's name is Layla. Full-time student.
That's
Especially since their financial aid just came in. He didn't even know she put in for that. That's crazy. How lucky. How lucky.
That's so good. Oh, so happy. And Ra's just
Yeah.
ecstatic to hear about that. And
And I mean,
Kinda
there are
just-
so few Umbral elves. There's probably just the one named Layla. Who could it be? Like, he's
Right.
fully like, it's Liam. He's just like, just fucking in the moment, whatever. Not
And,
really thinking that things could zig instead of zag later. He's just like, yeah, I trust you right now. Here you go.
fair. Yeah, it's I trust you right now. Ra even kind of offers up, hey, if she ever needs help, you tell me, and I'll get some boys to make sure she's safe.
With like studying?
I was mean if anyone fucked with her, but
Oh, well. Hey, the ancients do fucking hate us, so I'm not there right now, but yeah, if she calls me, I'll call you. Huh?
yeah, no, don't worry. While you're out, I'll make sure I get someone to make sure she's safe.
Perfect. And I will continue to not buy drinks from your bartender friend.
Fair enough, actually. Though you are missing out.
I have been told.
Maybe I'll see if Nero's got some good virgin recipes.
Sure. Yeah, I'm into juice and water, sparkling sometimes if it's like a date.
Well, then I'll have to make sure I always have sparkling water ready for you.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's just a lot of that. He's not even
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's not like in the hotel room or anything or the safe house. He's just like out on the bike or like walking the strip while everyone else is he's just dressed as a cowboy having a conversation with a gang member. This is normal.
This, my friends, is Shadowrun.
Yeah, and that's all. That's all I wanted. Just sometime between A and B, there's a little B squared that happens.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you to mark down Ra as a contact?
No. I had their number, but I never got like I have Icarus and Ginny P Pants as my contacts. Don't forget about Jimmy P Pants, Softy.
I will not forget about Jimmy P Pants. I totally have never
Right.
forgotten
He's
about
on
that.
there. He's on there and real. Okay.
Do me a favor
Yes.
and put down Ra
Okay.
before they would have been Connections 5, Loyalty 1. They are now Connections 5, Loyalty 2, as you are putting in
Okay.
time to increase your loyalty with them.
Oh, fantastic. I have done this. And then someone wakes up to bacon, I imagine.
Yes. Now the bacon smell fills. The smell of bacon fills the apartment.
This is Jay's special awakened bacon recipe.
Amazing. Yeah, no, Morningstar comes slithering out incredibly fast. Because they have information. And so whomever is in like that sort of main meeting area, whomever is there in that moment, that's who she ends up almost, knocking over.
Yeah, I feel like Mojave is probably in that main meeting area, but he is sprawled on a couch with his hat over his face, just like he
If-
definitely slept there. He did not go to a different anywhere.
Didn't go into his room, yeah.
If Scales ends up info dumping on us, will they reveal like when these deaths occurred or pictures of these people?
The plan is to reveal as much information as Softy has given me. So she has no intention of like hiding anything. So she's in fact wanting to let you guys know because you guys were inside of the hotel.
Yeah.
So she kind of like needs your help to figure some things out.
What I'm curious about, Softy, is
Mhm.
Scales probably just knows these are gangsters, but might not recognize any of them. Do us, the people whose was there, recognize any of these gangsters who were found hung?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Vincenzo
Cool.
was the man who walked up to Vice and then had a conversation and then was dragged out the door.
When I heard you describing Vincenzo, that's exactly what I thought I was going to find out. That confirmed my idea.
Yeah.
Jay will be like, "Oh, yo, Scales, I recognize that dude. I was just talking with him last night."
What?
That's
Okay,
where
hold on.
under the hat there is a slightly muffled "Don't wager what you're not prepared to lose."
Yeah, I was running the bar, and before the smiling dude, wait, I have his name, don't I?
But yeah,
Uh,
it's Vice.
Oh yeah, Vice.
Mhm.
That's right, Vice. Before Mr.
Mr.
Vice
Vice.
was talking to me. Wait, it was before he was talking to me, or did he take a break from talking to me to talk to that guy?
It was in the middle of him talking to you. This guy kind of basically walked up. So it was sort of like he took a small break, said something to the man.
Yeah. Okay, so while Mr. Vice was all chatting me up, talking to me, that dude came up to us and was talking to him something about Mr. Vice was wanting payment from him or something, and I don't think he had the money or something like that. So Mr. Vice told him not to worry about it. He'll get his payment, another way or something like that. Guy looked a little worried, but then they kind of let him off.
Well, clearly they did not. He's dead now.
Well,
Like
maybe-
I said, don't wager what you're not prepared to lose.
Yeah, I'm going out on a limb here, but maybe that was the price Mr. Vice was extracting.
Yes, clearly that is exactly what he was doing.
See,
You know,
when I was talking to Mr. Vice, he didn't want he didn't want to sell me anything. He wanted to give me a free ride on a VTOL. Even said I could fly.
You did not agree to this, right?
He started to. I had to talk him down off a ledge.
Yeah, we were walking.
Oh, yeah.
Jay!
We
Packed himself up, stamp it all,
Scales.
prepaid, tried to mail himself
Veto.
off the hell.
Okay,
I
I
was gonna
understand.
fly. He said it
Look,
was free.
it's not, and that's the point. It's not free. That's it. He is lying. None of it is free. He will exact payment, likely in a similar fashion that he's done to Vincenzo
I got
over
it.
here.
Or worse.
Jay,
Liam
you are-
saved me. Yeah, Liam.
Jay, you are a heroic man.
Yes, I am.
You are familiar with fairy tales and heroes and legends.
Yeah.
Snow White, yes? You are familiar with Snow White.
Yes, Snow White and
Hey,
the
that apple
seven-
sure
yeah.
was free, dog, wasn't it?
Oh my god, stop.
Oh, are you saying the VTOL was poisoned?
I'm saying it was definitely a trap from an old witch who was probably a hot lady, maybe. I don't know.
You know, I think you're onto something, Liam. I'm pretty sure.
Evil Queen was
I'm
hot.
pretty sure Mr. Vice is old. I made a comment about him liking like old shit, and I think it offended him a little bit.
Well, yeah, I called him like a discount Ben 10 character. I called him Steven 11. I'm pretty sure we both insulted him.
Oh, cool. That's really cool and safe for you both to be. It doesn't matter.
He was about to walk out with Jay. I had to do something.
Well,
And, throwing
Thank
shade
you.
is, I mean, look at me. I have many skills.
thank you for saving Jay from getting into a VTOL thinking he was going to fly it for free and it inevitably crashing because.
You mean the van with no windows or candy? Jay? Looking at you, bud?
Yeah, yeah,
I
Liam. Look,
no free VTOL rides, like ever. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
cool.
I know. Look, I was everything he offered me. I was like,
was like your
slapping away.
deepest desire. Yeah.
Yeah, like everything. I was like, I didn't want to play this poker game and all the gambling stuff, but when he wanted to let me fly a VTOL, man, I want one of those.
This man walked
how
up in a
cool
red
would it
suit
be?
with a black tie, stinking of brimstone, and Jay was like,
This
I'll
man was
sign.
literally the devil, and you were like, "Yeah, that's cool." That's Mojave told you not to do something like that, and you almost did.
But I didn't, and that's what's
No,
important.
but
Right,
now
you
one
dealing
day-
spirits, everything comes with a cost.
One day we're gonna get ourselves a VTOL. It's gonna be
Yes.
awesome.
The
Yes.
normal fucking way, not by weird
Stealing
men that are probably the yes.
I
yes,
mean, we might get it from a
actually.
weird guy. We might
Oh,
steal it,
fuck.
just not from that weird guy.
I'd
Steal a
rather
VTOL.
us steal a VTOL than you have to make deals with spirits. Okay.
Wait a fucking minute. What is it? Hey, Cloudy,
Yeah.
did that 40K clear?
Did what?
The 40K, the money from dancing.
From the
Um,
Vrantis. I will check. it.
Yeah, the check cleared.
It did.
Oh, what's our cut, Softonomicon? Plus the singles.
Plus the
Oh
singles?
yeah, all the tips.
all the tips. Oh yeah, because we also had a bartender's tips. Among you know what, they're a little stingy because they know they paid you before. So with the dancing and the bartending, you only made about $4,000 in tips.
That's still a lot.
Only four.
Only
grand.
$4,000 in tips. Jay,
Only
we are never leaving
10%
the thing.
tip. Oh
We'll
no.
have
Oh,
a
no.
VTOL in 2 years.
And you all made split that $40,000 among however many people want it. That's just to the team.
I was in the car. Y'all do your thing. More importantly, something I've learned, and maybe Cloudy, one of you can sort of, I don't know, speak to it. So that hotel has only been here for like 20 years. Whatever the hotel was beforehand, there's no like record of anymore. There's no record of its name or anything like that. And all the surrounding businesses of it, and this is where it's really weird, they can't last for longer than a year. So
Remember
it's
how I
been
said spirit of a city, I'd choose you up and spit you out?
yes.
Yeah.
So that hotel is particularly dangerous.
I mean, it's his.
Right. And if he's the fucking devil, I guess it makes sense.
I wouldn't go that far.
By the by, we all get 8,800 if we all wanted to do the thing and split it evenly, which we should.
I
I'm
don't think Scales wants any, and I don't think Mojave knows what money is.
Yeah, honestly, he's not going to.
We
ask for
basically just
anything.
take care of him.
Yeah.
But no, she doesn't.
You are
want
the CEO of Dark Horse Entertainment, so you
Well,
split it however you want, Cloudy.
Alternatively, since two of the people that were trying to help out don't want it, the rest of us can have a 14,666 repeating, which is
Oh.
oddly on point, and I hate it.
The last thing I
So-
said, I wouldn't go that far.
That was
The irony.
14,666.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
The irony, baby.
Perfect.
So, but like, so interesting thing, Papa Musa, his fucking place, yeah. So also has been in the city for 20 years, except all the businesses around there have been thriving for the past 15 years. Same businesses, there hasn't been any rotating doors, successful as fuck for 15 years. But Vice, that's the one that's a parasite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and like, I found this like old ass fucking picture. Here, I show to you, and then she will basically pull up the olden time photo of the four gentlemen that are standing outside of what is now Hotel Eclipse.
And
Yes.
anyone looks at the photo except for Liam, because you never actually met Rain, will recognize Rain immediately as
Yeah,
you were
that's-
out there that night.
That's where Mojave he finally lazily takes the hat off his face to take a peek and just full on gesture. Oh yeah, they're brothers, you know.
And yes, the smiling man in the photo, though generic, but that grin, you'll never forget, is Mr. Vice. Looking identical in age to the time you saw him in the casino. Then again, given the fact he's not mortal, makes kind of sense.
Oh.
So.
Quick question for you, Scales.
Mm.
That's right. What is the status between the Lucky Sons and the weird Zodiac group you guys were sniffing about? You guys are cool, right?
I mean, sort of, yeah. I'm cool
Okay.
with the Loki Sons because my mom, but
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
Loki Sons and that other group are like, whatever.
I don't really
Sort
know.
Hi, what does
It's
it take
tough.
to
Hold on a second. Let me get through it before you immediately start
Sense
judging
me.
me. It's difficult to say the like status of their relationship, but they're both gangs, so it's like it's probably
It's
a
good.
50-50.
Shit sweet till it's not, basically.
I'm assuming so, as most gangs operate in that fashion, as
Okay.
far as business goes.
Okay, fantastic. Good.
Why?
Alright.
Nice.
Before you say why, I gotta make you do it.
Before you say why.
I'm sorry. I gotta
Why
make
are
you
you
do it.
asking me?
It's please roll con.
I don't have.
Then
I'm
default
not a liar.
then default charisma limited by social.
Me, Morning
Yes.
Star, charisma.
Yes.
Yes.
Literally
Yes.
fucking kill me.
Should also go ahead and remind you, con is also the Riz skill.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's you know, Mojave knows scales well by this point, and there was that certain tone of voice just there. He's just, you know, giving me
No, because what's fucked up is how like the biggest lies being told is not by me, and this is how you gonna do me.
I
I
mean,
don't
you're
do
more than
this-
welcome to insight check me any day of the week. By all
With-
means, go
with-
ahead.
With what, Magic Man? I can't read auras.
With what magic
With
man?
your eyes.
My fucking weird ass snake eyes. Okay, what am I doing? Default skill, charisma, social.
Default charisma, limit is social.
Fucking
Oh
kill
my-
me, bro.
Oh my!
What is,
You can always-
my God.
what is the point? I only have 2 dice, Softy. I'm not a liar.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
one's-
that is
one's
a
a one.
critical glitch. That is a critical glitch.
Oh yeah.
You start lying but poop yourself.
But I didn't lie. That's the thing.
No,
it
but I
was just
didn't
to
actually
see-
lie at all.
It was just to see if I could see through you. It wasn't, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the thing. I didn't lie, right? Because their relationship is 50-50. Like, who knows? I'm not
So-
that close with them yet.
here's the only thing I have to say.
Yes.
I do have to count it as a lie because due to the way you actually met them, it is very obvious that the entire Loki Sun Mafia is in Zodiac, meaning they are under Zodiac and it is not a 50-50. They just are Zodiac.
One way or the
Oh, that's
other,
right.
the lie that I
Okay.
am trying to detect is that you know more than you're
Ah.
saying.
Yes, I mean, this is just simply like Mojave's just trying to figure out that you're being vague, but I, because there was Deadly Lie involved, I did have to make the roll there, and it was crit glitched, and
I still don't think I was lying, but that's cool.
I mean, again, what I was actually fishing for is, if not lying by like direct, lying by omission, like
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
more
yeah.
than you're saying. That's all Mojave's
sure.
looking for. Like,
For sure. I mean, I think like yeah. I mean, Morningstar.
and high key, he's not even going to say anything about it. He's just, the hat is lifted. It was lifted when you said that, and before it
Mhm.
goes back down, he catches that tone of voice, the
Mhm.
subtle shift of your scales that he has come to know so well. There's a bit of a sidelong glance, and the hat
Mhm.
goes back down, and that gap in information is quietly filed away.
Yeah, I think, Morningstar just asks why.
Well, this morning, I was FaceTiming with Ra. They were in the Slipnir's training warehouse for dancers.
Mm.
So I was like, they can't be enemies then, probably, but I don't know what the relationship is. So I was like,
Are you worried something will happen to Ra?
no, I just don't know what's going on with that. He was curious. Because you had me honeypot them. So I was like, well,
Hmm.
they're hanging out with your boys now. So
Hmm.
what happens, But if you don't know, you don't know.
Well, yeah. If I find out anything else, I'll let you know. There's
as long as you guys are cool.
coldness.
Speaking
you guys
of
are cool.
other
You're cool.
things, there are other things that are slightly concerning. Has anybody happened to look over towards where the biodome's supposed to be?
I do
Hat
not
is
have
raised
the
again.
ability to see it more than what meets the eye, the way you can. There is a coldness that is coming from Morningstar. Her face is like stony, and she's sitting like in her the little like snake perch that she was given, listening to you speak, Cloudy. Why? What did you see?
The problem is what I didn't see. Or at least that was the first problem.
Explain.
There's nothing. Astrally, things where things are supposed to be alive.
Hmm.
That leaves traces behind in the astral. There was nothing.
Like,
No living things, no spirits, no emotions, nothing.
At this point, I wish that surprised me.
it's supposed to be a biodome. Literally a nursery for living things.
I mean, it's a nursery,
Correct.
but we know who's behind it.
That was before I saw a spirit kind of skittering on in there, and it literally just dissolved.
Dissolved. Is that possible?
No, but I've seen a lot of impossible shit over the past several months.
Okay.
Sure.
We gotta stop that red tide.
I have a question. I don't. Forgive me. I only have limited knowledge on botany, just enough to make conversation. But if nothing is living in there, right? But it is not finished being constructed, you cannot sense anything. It's, I guess, eating spirits or something very
No
strange
one
happening.
working there. No one doing things. No one got hurt there. No one is happy there. There's nothing there.
There is supposed to be a grand opening by the end of the month. What happens if people who are very much alive walk in there?
Their souls get sucked out.
I mean,
Oh.
again, a lady who's doing things eats stuff.
Oh shit.
And she's making a flood of things that eat stuff. This is why we're here.
How do we stop it?
That's what we're here
We
to find
get a
out.
drone in there and get
Well,
a
okay.
peek.
It's a mechanical thing. It's like a technology. It's a dome, right? It's like mechanical and all matrixy.
It might not be. It might just be a cell right in this moment. Just a shell of a building. We don't. I would have to go by the place to see matrix-wise what's going on there.
We could, because here's the thing, right? You have made AI before. Dramatic point at Midori. You could definitely, I think, make something to hijack the dome, maybe, and not let anybody in.
I would need Jay's help on the matter. I could do programming, but to get something concrete and physical, that is Jay's expertise.
Oh yeah, for sure. We can totally tag team that shit. 100%.
Assuming it's not just a shell, of course.
Can one of you tell me why Midori is suddenly wearing armor?
Midori is
Oh, yeah,
also
he-
like in the process of like tuning up one of his legs, and it's so much buffer than it needs to be.
Oh yeah.
Why
we were,
does he look this way?
So in a week, there is a BattleBot sort of tournament. We were talking about upgrading the links, and then Midori jumped out of the van with the switchblade. And we were like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Fucking sign me up twice, you know."
All right,
Your
listen,
son is a warrior. I hate to break this to you.
Squints so hard.
check this scales.
Jay.
Imagine like the links, right? But instead of when Tank treads, it's when like these badass spider legs. I mean, I guess yeah, like badass spider legs,
Mhm.
6 legs,
Mhm.
and then like instead of one gun, twin cannons. All right, and like just bigger, meaner, maybe some better armor, more agile. Like just awesome. We're gonna turn it from a tank to a mech, and then that mech pilot. I'm not gonna get in it. Instead, we're gonna put a little part in there for our man Midori. So like you don't have to worry about him, risking his own exoskeleton in this bot because our battle bot's gonna be in a battle section, and Midori's gonna kill it. He's gonna beat all the bots, but if something happens to the link spot, then we can see who was piloting it, and people are going to lose their mind when they see a bot was piloting a bot.
Yep. Grand reveal, right?
I think Morningstar scales go bright fucking red and orange, so she just looks like on fire, and she's
Oh my God.
staring at Midori, and they're having like a conversation, sort of through the Matrix,
Jay and Midori are gonna fist bump.
Midori happily
Imagine that-
fist pumps. And
Even-
because, really quickly, because I realized this was slightly missed over, and I would love Morningstar to know this.
Mhm.
Midori does
Yeah.
something you have never heard him do before.
Mm.
And he talks.
I feel like
What?
one way or the other, even with this hat over my face, Morningstar's emotions are like a lighthouse right now. Like,
Very bright.
Oh yeah, I think if you see
Yeah.
on the astral, she is on fire. She's a fire snake right now, and she is furious because she's like, my son. But she's totally having a conversation with him, and she like Matrix until he fucking speaks out loud, to
And
which it shocks her utterly.
Mother, please. I want to fight.
First off, so fucking cute.
Hey, we told you he volunteered. He did.
I actually think this is the first time that Morningstar like actively touches anxiety, and she fully grabs his ankle with her fucking tail and like tugs so that he falls. Because she doesn't want to hear it right
Anxiety?
now.
What did I do? Hold up.
Shut your mouth, I'm mad at
I
my
have no
son.
bones. I roll to resist.
She's just, if anything, she's hanging him upside down. Like she just doesn't want to hear him
Whoa!
talk.
Wave like a
and
flag
she's
in the
like-
background.
at the kerfuffle, that's where the hat comes off the face, and I sit up like, what's going on? Are we under attack?
I don't think so.
No, I'm just annoyed.
Just
Shouts
a
out
mother
to
dealing-
fucking-
Just a mother dealing with her son playing sports.
She's just shaking him, throws him onto the couch, looks at Midori, and is like, "What if you get hurt? What are you going to do? You
I-
volunteer for this?
I trust Jay.
Oh no!
Oh.
How dare you play that card with me? I am your
Mhm.
mother." No, she looks at Jay. Then she looks at Midori, and she's like, "You volunteered. They did not trick you, manipulate you, or force you at all.
What the fuck?
Shut
I-
up."
I don't even think anybody asked. He just popped out.
I spoke to ask.
Looks at Jay. If anything happens to him,
Excited.
I will break your throat.
Oh my god, the throat.
Hey, if nothing else, it's a good, relatively controlled area to give Midori some experience for the days ahead.
He's going to be okay.
I
I've-
hate it.
Walk over and just stand on either side of that thickness and just work
it.
those magic fingers on Scale's shoulders like, it's okay. Hey, listen. Calm down. Hey, listen to my voice. Calm down.
I don't think that calms her down at all. I think it's quite the opposite. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Mother has a fever.
What the fuck?
What?
she
Fever.
I think in her like absolute embarrassment that her own son called her out like that, she fully like alligator rolls to get this motherfucker away from her and disappears into her
One-
room.
One leg
She's
shoots
like-
out to the side. He's like, ugh! Does the splits inadvertently.
Yeah. And she goes into her room. There's a few moments of silence, pokes her head out, and she was like, "Jay, I trust you implicitly, but please be careful with my fucking child. Cloudy, when you are ready to speak about important things, come see me. I don't want to talk to anybody else." And slams the fucking door.
Oh.
She's like, not having it.
Oh, she's
Man.
You are aware it's the software, not the hardware, that matters.
There's that sound of like muffled screaming. Like she definitely has like a pillow in her face and she's just yelling, but she's yelling so loud like you could still hear it. You know, it's just in response to your statement.
By the way, when as you all decide, have your conversation once it continues, Midori will walk over to the cabinet and begin grabbing basically aspirin for anti-fever. And then while he holds it on his head, he will begin to trot over to Morningstar's room.
He's so
The
cute,
little-
and I can't
the little-
be mad at him, but like,
The little pill bottle, like, kind of bouncing as he balances it on his head.
yeah, no, I that's the thing is, I'm sure for him, he registered like her biometrics and was like, oh my god, she's gonna die of being on fire.
Literally.
In response to homie over here attempting to calm her down. I'm sure she opens the door for Midori and then shuts it. There's probably little beep boops coming from him, muffled speech. It's just her being like, I'm worried about you. I don't want you to get hurt. I care about you very much, but I'm also very proud of you and kick ass, help Jay make his links better, like do the thing. Like she's both encouraging, supporting mother, but also like, my son, please. You are still so young. Yeah. And she doesn't take the medication because she knows that she's not sick. She's not ill. She's just going through it.
With the kerfuffle winding down, Mojave melts back into a human-shaped puddle on the couch.
I wish for once that I could have anything to do with magic, so I could, like, the equivalent of flicking someone in the ear. What she would do to Mojave. But yeah. She's in her room cooling off, so to speak. When is this battle bot happening? When is this?
A week.
Okay.
The event itself is technically occurring every night throughout the next week, with the end of the week being the final, I guess the best way, the biggest battle. They're having, like, low weight class, simplified, hyper complex, things like that. The last one would be the only battle that the Lynx could participate in.
I see, because it's so, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think there's a moment when there's a message sent to Cloudy, basically being like, could you please come here for a moment? There's something I want to discuss with you.
Go on in. Go.
Yeah. You see that she has computer screen set up, but it's more so for your benefit than her own. And Softy, what I would like to ask you, if I can do, is as far as the Matrix goes, any rumors from possible technomancers that are around about the place and its effect that it's having on the Matrix? And then maybe if I'm allowed to squeeze out local rumors about it to see if it's like somebody has wandered into the biodome and didn't wander back out type of rumors.
I'd say it'd be your local rumors roll, because that is interests.
Okay.
So I'd say local rumors, and it's gonna be kind of high to get part of that, but you should be able to get at least some of it.
Okay.
I'll say if it is at all audible from the other room that the biodome is being discussed, like Mojave will.
I mean, it's not a secret. I fucked up, you guys. I glitched again. I'm pretty sure. I'm in a bad way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. It's bad. I'm not.
It's
well.
more for your benefit than mine. They immediately explode all over you.
Now that would be
Still all
no.
fucking
That would
pissed
be a
off about
crit
shit.
glitch. That would be a crit glitch.
Okay.
A
I'm not
glitch.
doing well.
Crit glitches tend to be like that danger of something actually dangerous goes wrong. Sadly, a lot of Matrix crit glitches tend to be God now knows where you are.
Ooh.
But
Good thing I have
glitches,
jail.
yeah, glitches are different.
Yeah. She her fingers are shaking. You see as she's like doing stuff. She's kind of twitchy.
Oh, see,
Unfortunately, I did not do well.
I'd say for the glitch here,
Mm-hmm.
for the glitch here, I will actually let you succeed at the hardest part of this at a cost.
Fuck it, I'll pay the cost. What's the cost? What's going on?
The cost and what you gain is you are actually able to get into contact with one of the only technomancers in the city. There's only
Oh.
2 of them, and you're able to contact one of them.
Okay.
The penalty is they also know where you are,
Fucking kill me.
and they know where your exact physical location of your icon is right now. So the
Okay.
glitch here is that you were able to contact them, but you in your rush you forgot some of your fail safes, and they were able to figure out your actual location.
Okay.
So
well,
you were able to get into contact
Mm-hmm.
with actually heads or tails.
Tails.
You're able to get in contact with an individual known as Boar's Head.
Okay.
Boar's Head is able to sort of... He's interested in that another Technomancer has ended up in Vegas, given its
Mhm.
problems. And he will speak to you. He says he'll only talk for a little bit as a favor to another Technomancer. You definitely tell he has a bit of a very particular attitude when it comes to that. As he says phrases along the lines of, "Since you aren't some shitty decker, you're actually one of the real ones. I'll talk
I
to
see.
you."
Mm,
Damn.
I see. Yeah, thanks are exchanged, and then I ask him about the biodome and is it affecting the Matrix, and essentially if he's seen anything fucking weird going on over there.
You'll get the answering. Biodome is dead zone.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a host. You will learn it used to. Like, what it was before was a golf course, and it actually did have a host there. But the host has been completely torn off the Matrix, and a lot of technology has been removed. In fact, a good bit of technology has been removed. You'll also learn that there are individuals who work the grounds, but no one has ever seen anybody go into the main dome.
Okay.
So they've seen people walking around the actual grounds, which do appear to have, plants and things like that. It was a golf course, so actually had some decent land. But the dome itself, the big dome that's supposed to hold very rare plants or plants that need a very careful care, that no one has gone into that. No gardeners, no security, nothing. It's just a giant locked door. Except for about 2 weeks ago, when a very large container truck, like a tanker truck, came in and backed its way into one of the loading zones. 3 people got out, did something with the tanker truck. 2 people left in the tanker truck. The 3rd person has not been seen since.
Okay.
And that's been the only contact.
Fuck. Okay. I think out of pure courtesy to another technomancer, because shit's about to get fucking weird in the city for sure, or weirder than it normally is. She just gives the warning, specifically about the biodome, to like stay as far away from there as possible. There's some dangerous people who would be glad to snatch the few of us that are left up and take for granted, and to use. So Yeah, I give that warning before essentially signing off.
He actually gives you the, yeah, you stay safe too.
Yeah, I sign off. Which I will say that's when Cloudy comes into the room. And yeah, I have like the computer screen up basically, but again, more for your benefit than my own. And I say, I've gotten in contact with one of the very few technomancers still left in the city. So the Biodome, former golf club, right? So it has plants and grounds on the outside, and there's been people seen working that portion of the area, but nobody has gone into it except for 2 weeks ago. There was a large container, sort of truck, that was backed into the loading bay. 3 people went in, only 2 came out. Whatever was in the truck placed in the dome, and then that was it.
Do we have the names for the workers that supposedly went in?
No, that is
Or the
something I
one
can
that
work on.
stayed?
No, no names yet, but that is something I can work on.
Okay.
Though Mojave was not invited to this conversation, he is a high key leaning in the doorway anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure I notice you. It's
He's
fine.
not like trying to hide or anything. But
yeah, which is fine.
we try and talk to Oscar.
He was at that fashion show.
He might know something. His name's on it.
Probably does. He's put the fashion show that we didn't go to so that you could make money at the hotel.
Oh, I'm much more fashionable now.
What is she gonna say to that? She says Oscar made the large donation, essentially paid for the entire show. He is moonlighting as a philanthropist. His name is very tightly interwoven with the Biodome. So yeah, he's got information. It's a matter of how do we get the information out of him. It's a complete dead zone. Yes, true.
He might be first step. There's no knowing how much he knows. How much of the he's doing good works now.
Yeah. It is a dead zone, by the way. The Biodome.
I mean, why dead zone too?
That's yes, completely. There is no internet, no anything. There's maybe a few technical things inside, but none that requires being on the Matrix.
Then this is fucking Bloody Mary's work.
Was that ever in question?
No, not really. But this 100% confirms it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
Red Lady wants to send a red tide out to eat the city.
Well, I saw some feelers, but the powers that are normally fighting each other are stamping her out wherever she gets even the tiniest little foothold.
Like I said, yeah.
I'm wondering what that looks like, right? If and again, you guys will have to tell me. You know magic better than I.
So you see tiny little red worms, and then you see a well, if I didn't mana bolt it, and just explode it into a mass of just ooze. Papa Moose's mantises would go around and tear them to shreds, or the vines would literally just drain them dry.
That's the word I got when I was doing my legwork. They've been trying to open the Biodome every year.
Are these things like invasive?
Yes.
We should help then.
Yes.
Popping them. Okay.
They want to eat the city. Red Lady wants to eat the city.
So
It's long and short of it.
here's the thing that I just wanted to. I have to put it out there because it's on my mind. Uh, sorry, that just took out my brain cell. Hold on. Oh, if there's like, grand opening party, lots of people come into the space. They get their souls drained out. That amount of souls, what could that do magically?
Summon the largest blood spirit ever to exist, depending on how many souls there were.
Could cascade one way or the other. What was something happened before? Another city got like
Chicago.
Yeah. What happened there?
A whole bunch of different types of super nasty spirits went and infested the place, and they decided to nuke it instead of let it go any further.
Yeah, basically Red Lady wants to make sure that happens again.
Fuck.
That's what I was told.
Right. Okay. Okay. I need to know from you, ST, how many from like this point to the grand opening, how much time do we have?
To the grand opening from this very point,
Yes.
you probably have about 3.5 weeks.
Okay.
You had, well, no, I lied. 4.5 weeks. Because it was 5 weeks when you left, and you've been here for a couple days.
Okay.
So it's
Oh,
4.5
good. That's what I
weeks.
thought, and I was like, "Oh no, we lost more time than I thought."
No, sorry, that is on me.
Okay. And so then my next question is, how much time before the Loki Sons make their move?
1.5 weeks.
Okay. Okay. You see Morningstar's like hands. You notice that like with her computer there is no keyboard. She's just doing it all with her hands. And you see her hands just kind of like flying through the air, and she is like rapidly collecting data that's like from her own mind and putting it. You're seeing it like fly across the screen into folders that are like encrypted, and like you're kind of seeing the process of what normally goes on up here on the screen. And she's basically sending all this information to 404. And her, nope, that doesn't make sense to send to her mother. Yeah, just to 404. She sends it to 404. So that way 404 kind of knows what she's coming into. Yeah, I think that's the best bet for now. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can send that off just easy, and pretty basic response back of just, oh, fuck.
Yep. And I think in a very like coded manner, she does also let 404 know that there is only a very, very, very small amount of technomancers left in this city. And gives her sort of the like, I don't know, I guess it's a warning in the way of like when you see on the Matrix, it's horrific. You know, the sort of residue of who was here. Just to like mentally prepare for that sight, because that's fucking, it's rough, right?
You will actually get something from 404. She will say, oh, no, I know. I saw it when it was fresh.
She sends back, I'm sorry.
It's all right. That's why I agreed to come back. It's time we got our city back.
That statement raises question marks, but just there is an affirmative sent back for now. Um,
She also
Uh,
sends you one other thing.
mhm.
I know the two technomancers that are in the city. Be careful if someone named Boar's Head contacts you.
Why?
And
What's his damage?
she sends you a dossier.
Okay, what's in the dossier? I look.
Well-known hacker, and you will notice that, basically put, is what could only be described as a win-loss ratio between Boar's Head and 404's hacker group.
Ah,
And it's pretty even.
I see. I see.
And he's on his own.
Yeah, interesting.
Also,
Okay.
she then adds at the end of also he's an elitist prick.
She does not say like, yeah, I kind of noticed that. um, she just, okay, I'll be on the lookout. Um, Jesus, that's rough. Yeah. Boy, she tucks that information for herself for to worry about later. But yeah, she'll like turn around, she'll look to the group and say, right, so big picture problem. We have about 4.5 weeks to deal with and prepare for. And allies will be present in about a week and a half to help us. And
I'll say Mojave, you know, at a glance, he's leaning casually in the doorway. If you take the moment to look a bit further, you might notice that for once there's no trace of a smile on his face, and he may or may not be leaning to sort of conceal the fact that he might be shaking a little bit. As he says, I think Oscar might be the ticket. If he knows what he's doing, taking him out is a step in the right direction. If he doesn't know what he's doing,
Sure.
maybe he can be talked around.
do you want me to find him now? Or do you need some time?
Can't keep running forever. Trick is just getting a chat in a way that gets their point across.
I can find out. He's philanthropist during the day. He has itineraries and such. They have personal assistants and things that sort of keep track of their locations throughout the day, field their calls and such nonsense. So I should be able to find a location for him. And
we need to.
would you like it to be a surprise, or would you like me to send out a message?
Something need to figure out, because it's gonna have guards. From what I remember, last time I saw this face, he wanted to make real sure he didn't ever see it again.
Okay. So perhaps setting a meeting is the correct choice.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I can do that. Let's one step at a time. I will find him first. Find out what his schedule looks like. Yeah, Softy. What would you like me to roll to figure that out?
All right, are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right, first things first.
Yes.
You can roll computer, and this is to find an access point.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
You are searching through a little bit, and you make your most logical conclusions. You are able to find the best way to put it is it's a building owned by the Falcone family that is it is a hotel and casino, as are most businesses in this goddamn place.
Mhm.
And this is the biggest one owned, and it has a penthouse that's not a suite. You're like, hold on, probably a living location.
Mhm.
And now roll computer to try to hack into the host.
Okay.
It is slightly more difficult because you are so far away from it.
Yeah. Okay. A 5.
But you are still able to get a mark into the system.
Woo!
You are able to slide your way into the host, even from this far away.
Okay.
And
on her screen, like you guys can actually see all the things she's doing, like kind of see the processes with which she works.
yeah, no, absolutely. The host itself,
Fixed on that screen.
the host itself is pretty much just a mimic of the hotel itself, like a lot of places are. The outside kind of just copies the real world. But the inside is very well laid out, organized. It's like whoever made this is top notch at creating stuff. It also has a good bit of automated defenses. But I'll say you're fairly careful with it. And you're fairly far away, so even they have some difficulty seeing you. And now we need to work on one more computer, and this is trying to get into a secondary system. This is the most dangerous role here.
I'm going to use Edge for this role.
That is perfectly fine. You may use an edge and pop that little toggle.
Okay. And this is computer.
Yes.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I stopped breathing that entire time. I was not breathing.
It just works.
It just
It
works.
just works.
It just works.
You got the ones earlier saving up for this now.
Oh, shit. Yes.
So you are in it. You look at this and it's so well organized, and it's like you can see it. This was built by a technomancer, and you can see every line of resonance that they left behind, and you can track it back through their creation and slide right underneath. No firewall, no security, nothing can stop you. You slide under there like the sneaky snake you are, and you are able to get yourself into the undersystems, and you are able to find personnel files and personal files.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And so you are all now able to not only see Oscar's entire schedule, you actually can get access to cameras, including one that is labeled head office.
Oh.
And if you were to pull,
Well.
if you're able to pull up the camera, Oscar's in his office right fucking now.
Eyes fixed on that screen.
And with that, hey Mojave,
Hi.
roll memory. This will be the first time you've seen your brother's face. And not just his face, he's moving around. That's just seeing him.
Yeah, like a live version of him rather than just pictures. Is it
Yay.
bad?
We're gonna
Is it bad?
we're gonna say at this moment, Mojave, you're gonna fade out a little bit in your mind, and you're gonna go have your memory. And we will continue with everything I can give Morningstar, and then we'll do the memory. 10 is a lot. 10 is insanely a lot. So, you have access to. At this point, I will allow you to copy over the things you want to take, and you can basically leave a mark trail in here that you can. It'll make it so much easier. Like if you're there, if you're actually in the location, I will allow you to immediately do a hacking to slide into the inner sanctum. You don't even have to worry about the outside host. You have enough access with enough marks. You could actually register yourself as a user.
Understood.
So you can register a new user in security if you wanted.
Okay. Understood.
But you know that there is a time limit to that, because eventually they are going to do an audit, and they will
Yeah.
notice if a new user's been added.
Yeah. So I will save. I'm not going to do that move right now. I feel like doing that move right in this moment is not strategic at all.
Fair enough.
But I will keep that in mind as I go through the information.
So you will be able to go through and save the information, and basically, to make this easier, if you have a question about personnel or Oscar himself, you simply ask me, and I will tell you if it's in those informations. I will tell it to you.
Okay. Well, for sure, first things first, I want his schedule. I want his security detail that goes with him to like these, public facing events and whatnot. But I also want, if it's not the same people, I want the security detail for his home and for his wife and daughter.
And I can give you that.
Yeah. If you want to just copy paste and send it to me in a DM so it's easier for you, that works too.
Let me do the memory first, and then I can get that sent off to you.
Absolutely.
All right, Mojave.
Hi.
You're not face to face with him, but you see him walking around. He's older, but there he is. There's your brother. And this memory is different. When you've gone back in your memories, they have been triggered by smells, sights, things like that. This one is uncomfortable because it's not yours. At all. At least not Mojave's. It doesn't feel like you, it feels this. It's the only memory you've ever experienced where it's just Ollie. No one else. And it's just anger. It is rage. It is a vengeful spirit. And you have this memory of lying in the dirt, in the mud, and feeling rain and water wash over you. And that angry spirit just fighting and screaming and yelling like it's drowning. And it calls out, and a little chaos spirit answers. And the angry spirit reaches out and snaps the little bird's neck. And then the two are one. With a mixture of magic and a spirit's lifeblood, that angry spirit is able to force a body back together. You are now aware of the fact the body you inhabit is an undead puppet, piloted by a blended soul of a chaos spirit and a very, very angry specter.
Well, I as the sort of as I come back to the here and now, I think there's no way Mojave is still on his feet. He just legs, knees buckle. I am on the floor, just slide down the door frame, just sit there, and just sort of almost in a daze, one hand on wrist, trying to feel for my own pulse.
Yeah, I think the minute that you drop, Morningstar can't help herself. She's up and to you in a heartbeat. What happened? What did you see?
Am I dead? dead.
You're not dead.
What?
You're alive.
Are you sure?
You have a heart. Look, I don't know if you want me to roll for this, but basically, I want to almost like pull up his biometrics on my screen. Is there a way for me to do that?
Do you have a monitor for that?
Yes.
Well, I more meant like, how are you monitoring that? Because he's not hooked up to anything. I allowed Midori to do it because it was you specifically.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe Jay, do you have oh man, there I know there's like a name for this like particular machine.
An EKG?
But-
An ECG?
Yes, that. Do you have a machine like this? Perhaps in the med stuff that you used for tea.
Like a heart monitor kind of thing.
You
Yes.
know, okay, Heike, would we have something like that in the first aid kit that like we carry everywhere? I am a
Yes.
doctor. I'm kind of in
Actually-
a daze right now, so I'm not going to be the one to bring it out. But like,
Well, that's
like,
what I mean. I was like, I know that we've like done stuff for T, who was like
That's
part
true.
fucking droid,
I-
and then obviously the first aid kit. So it's like whatever.
I'll-
Yeah,
like, there's got to be a pulse ox in there.
but between
Rodon, you're muted. Sorry.
Okay. Take the hand. Cut.
Yeah,
Oh!
no,
Oh, the bleeding. Yes,
Drip. Drip. Healing spell. Heal.
sure.
That doesn't
too.
work on the dead.
Yeah.
but also between Mojave and Jay, our med kit and Jay's equipment. I'm sure we do because Jay's got a lot. Jay has 2 dots of medicine himself, so
Yeah. So
I'm sure he has that equipment. And or Mojave, between the two of us, we got
Or
it.
I guess the question still said, Mojave bleeds, right?
pretty sure I bleed. I bled before, didn't I? I don't know anymore. I'm suddenly doubting everything. Do I have a pulse?
you have
You
bled before.
do
You have
bleed.
bled before.
You
Yeah.
do bleed, but if you are to hook Mojave up to a pulse ox, it is not going to read 0, it is going to read NA. It is unable to tell Mojave's pulse. And
How's
Mojave,
the
you said you felt for your pulse, correct?
Yes.
You think you feel your pulse. And you realize it's not a pulse.
Fingers on his wrist get a little bit more like just a little bit more frantic.
It is similar, but it's the flow of energy. Magic is your heart. Your body is held together with it. So your pulse isn't normal. The best way to put it is instead of feeling the regular beat of a heart, you feel the in and out of magic pushing your body into a living state is the best way to put it.
Yeah, like at this point he is like eyes not focused on anything. His face is just like the panic he feels, his face is just dead. His face is just completely blank. It's just like the emotions are not reaching the surface because he isn't the panic is too much.
Mhm.
And he's just way back when we first found stuff out, I said I'm a ghost, and you said I wasn't right. That's not how I'm. I remember dying. I remember dying twice.
Is this
Dying twice?
possible? I'm like looking at the magic people. I'm like, I've never heard of this before. So
Dying twice. You bleed. You get healed up like a normal person. Like
I
Can I try to sense this cadaverific friend of ours?
Sure. Anyone can sense him. It's still Mojave. You've sensed Mojave before. It's just that same aura. Okay, well. Well, it's
You know what? If anyone can sense, Jay's gonna sense Mojave too.
Jay, roll judge intentions.
I'll just say, like, for the record, as like this is where just like the I think Mojave, the leather jacket is shed, like shirt sleeves rolled up, but that's not enough. He full on like pulling back, showing the scars, like trying to express what he can't quite express.
Yeah. She grabs his hands because he's in full blown panic. She's like, the only thing I can offer in this moment while the others do their thing is to be an anchor, right? So that's what she's attempting right now, is to be his anchor.
Yeah, in the moment, his hands are cold. Not cold like the dead, but like cold, like
From nerves.
Clammy.
Yeah.
Clammy.
He's sweaty. Yeah. Yeah, and she's holding them tight. She doesn't care that it's clammy. She's just holding them so that he's still while the others ascends.
And in this moment, there's no attempt at concealment. He's not like tamping his emotions down like he normally might. He is not astral form of some guy. He full panic. His aura is
Yeah.
there.
Tumultuous, but
Chaos.
body's alive. Yes.
Yes,
And healthy.
body's
Yes.
alive and healthy. It's the best way to put it is it's animated a little bit weird, but it is still animated properly. It's not actually an undead. It's not like a zombie or just being a puppet with nothing. No, it's just like there's always been a weirdness to Mojave's form. He has never been normal. He's caught kind of weirdly in between. His form isn't really complete.
Spirit talker here? I'm not sure he overly notices.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, Spirit, you're a person. You have the soul. You have the thing. I don't get it.
Was that word for when a ghost is real angry and comes back? No,
Revenant.
that one.
Revenant.
Rage.
Ollie, the other soul. You are gosh, there are legends of this, of old stories, but people who have two in them. That is you. You are alive. You are person. You are real. You are not dead. But there is two lives in you.
No, that's not. The thing, what was left of Oliver reached out to the astral. He was so angry. And then there came the chaos spirit. Neither of them were me. Not quite, not really. He broke its neck. I remember breaking its neck.
Hold on. Do we know if Ollie had magic? Do we know that?
At the very least, Mojave, that question has been asked before, and based off of the memories he received, Mojave said no. That,
Yeah.
as far as
So-
he knows, Oliver had no magic.
As far as anyone knows or any information you could gain, Oliver Falcone was not a mage.
But
So how did he reach into
He was dead.
because he died.
these magic stuff?
All living
does not make
things
sense
have a
to me.
soul.
Shit's crazy.
The mages learn how to do more with theirs, but all living things have them.
Okay. So in his anger was able to reach out, grab a chaos spirit, and use it to create you.
Piece
But-
himself back together,
But then
repairing his arms.
But then I'm holding on to him still. But then became Havoc. His personality was in Havoc. That disappeared, I guess, but he lost his memories too. So wherever that anger went, wherever that revenant dissipated when you came to the surface.
Cloudy's looking real intently at Mojave right now.
Yeah, again, his face is just blank right now. His face is just not the
Scales?
emptiness of a poker face, but the emptiness of just
Scales, I'm not sure whether it did.
So what does that mean? Are you
Do you remember what Mojave looked like when he shot you? Or sorry, not you. Shot, but T. Uh, do
yeah.
you remember the look on his face?
I think her grip tightens on Mojave because she's like, absolutely not. Like she doesn't want to accept that fact at all. But you
Yeah,
do register on her face that she is remembering, like she
and yeah,
affirmative.
just in this moment, like his hands are being held, but he is not squeezing back. He is vacant.
All right, Mojave. Turns
Yeah.
out you might not just be a bird. You might also be a person. Human. And that's
I have
okay.
been saying that.
Mhm. That's okay.
I guess we'll have to see. I need to know.
Okay. Turn back to screen. It's literally just like her upper half turns towards the screen. And I'm seeing Oscar in his office.
Mm-hmm.
And what is he doing?
He looks like he's doing paperwork. And we will continue watching him do paperwork after we take a break.
Okay.
Staring vacantly at the face of my brother.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Dun dun dun.
Arr.
I'm stressed out.
Nice.
Yes.
So,
what is
He
that?
appears to be doing something with paperwork, but something catches your eye as a small shape runs across the screen as you see that his daughter is in the room with him. And she
Jesus.
seems to be running around chasing a small dog.
She has mixed feelings.
Staring fixedly at that screen.
Oh yeah, by the
Yeah.
way, Mojave, roll another memory test.
Hi.
Jesus.
Oh my Christ! He just got back.
Another
Softy.
one?
There's two.
Oh, it's
There's
good, too.
two.
I'll grab my pen.
No.
All right, don't worry. This one is very short, and it was simply the one that is triggered by the young Anna. Mojave, you are brought to an interesting memory where you are seeing a slightly younger Maya and your brother getting married. And she is already pregnant. And you see an older man and an older woman sat slightly away from you, closer to the front of this, well, church. And you recognize them. They are they are Ollie's mother and father. And your father does not look happy. He looks very disappointed. And just sort of just that kind of face of, I don't want to fucking be here right now. And then you will leave this memory, and you will be able to bring with you an emotion. You know what Ollie was thinking in that moment. You know the phrase, I'm not going to let this happen. That is the last thought he has in that moment, and you are pulled back out of the memory.
What is the emotion that is tied to that phrase?
It's a mixture of anger and determination. Mostly determination.
From the dad or Ollie?
This is from Ollie. This is the last memory Ollie had in that memory. That's the thought he has as Mojave is drawn out of the memory again, and it's at Oscar and Maya's wedding.
Yeah,
Hey, do you let us know?
Well,
I'll say
What?
what Mojave, like, there's the moment of just staring fixedly, and he blinks a few times. He's trying to pull himself back to himself to get a handle on everything, and just sort of it's almost funny, back when I didn't remember anything on some level. I guess for those of you who are astrally perceiving in this moment, who have eyes on the fireworks going on right now.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, hi. The cold core of dread is the same as it's been since we reached Vegas. And that same bright and blinding terror that's lingered in Mojave's aura for a while, that's still there. But on the edges between those colors, that dark maroon flicker of that remembered rage is burning in the way of fire so hot as to be almost invisible. And beneath it all, there is, I don't know how else to describe it, but a brand new ink black certainty sitting there in his heart. Something cold as iron there. And the look on his face right now is one you've seen before. It's kind of all right. You know what? I gotta know the rest. Can't keep running. Scales, you're in his tech right now, right?
Yeah.
I need to know, what kind of records do you got?
I will look. Hold on a second. And she begins to dive deep into the records that she now has access to.
First thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
First thing I want you to look for, is there any paper trail between Oscar and Bloody Mary? I want to know how much he knows. It's the most important thing right now.
Yeah.
Coming from that 10 and all the files you have, there is it takes you a minute to register because it is under something else, but there is a foundation that has had many donations from Oscar, and one of the foundation's creators is Sandra Richter, who is Bloody Mary. There is no direct I'd say monetary shift between the two, but you will notice that on the schedule It is planned out decently far. About a week before that dome is supposed to open, there is written in a meeting with Sandra.
Okay.
Would Scales be able to like trace back calendar? Have there been regular meetings?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very irregular. The meeting, like, he has met with Sandra before, but it's very, very irregular. Seemingly in personal meetings like that.
And does he have meetings like this with the people involved with the other things he's donating to?
Oh yeah. Like, you can see, like, any charity that he's donated to, he's had meetings, talks, dinners, things like that. Kind of the average thing you'd expect from a philanthropist. He's been to plenty like charity balls, met with different individuals who run the certain things. He's been
Yeah,
in a
I
lot of
think
high society stuff.
I think you see that Morningstar sort of runs this like pattern recognition software to it's like it starts off first as like charities that he meets with, foundations that he meets with, and then crossed with um Bloody Marys like aliases and whatever foundation names, and you begin to see that information sort of like pop up and dismiss it, foundations and events that don't have anything to do with that. You sort of see like a little window that pops up that is able to like count the amounts of times that that sort of has popped up in schedules.
Yeah, basically just really thoroughly trying to see if there is any hint that he is like involved with Bloody Mary beyond the capacity of just throwing money.
Is there any um, emails or sort of I guess messages between Oscar and Sandra Richter, even if it's through the foundation itself, right? Like sometimes when you make a donation to something, you can like put a message with it, right? Is there anything like that that would indicate him being aware of the type of things she does, like the blood magic and her involvement with Monagal, stuff like that? Is there any messages, encrypted or otherwise?
I can give you that through any readings on monetary messaging, and well, you don't have personal, but you have business email.
Mm-hmm.
Any communication with Sandra appears to be, well, literally under the Dr. Richter name. So her as a botanist.
Okay.
Like, there's not even a mention of, like, her original affiliation with As Technology. There's no mention of magic at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing.
So he as far as we can tell from this stuff, is he's only interacting with her as a botanist. Is there something wrong with the daughter? Like medically with the mother or the daughter, something that he would seek out Sandra for and her abilities as a botanist?
Um,
I don't mind rolling for it.
This one I might actually have to make can't talk. I'd have to actually ask you to roll computer again, because this would be mixing not just stuff from inside the host, but you're actually going to be reaching out for another section. It's like a connected piece.
Yeah, okay. Okay, 7. Whew.
Beautiful. So you're like searching through the files you have, and you finally can worm your way into some more personal files that are a little more encrypted or difficult to get a hold of. And you can actually find a recent doctor's appointment that Anna had. She is a toddler, so gotta have, recent, very continuous checkups. And you will find that there is a very, very large donation to that doctor's office. and the medical record is weirdly average, like ripped right out of the Wikipedia page for a toddler's average diagnosis in existence. It doesn't really feel real, but
Yeah. The doctor that she's visiting, is it a specialist?
uh, it is.
Mhm.
He's
What is their specialty?
he does do general practice and like pediatrics, but he
Mhm.
has been known as a specialist in what is recently being called neomedicine, which is assistance in identification, early identification of awakening or it cannot remember the other one. Figuring out if you got magic or you got resonance.
I
So
see.
it's not so much the study of it's being able to early identification. That was sort of what he went to school for. But in general, he is a general practitioner and pediatrician. So on the surface, this just seems like her normal pediatrician.
How
So-
long ago did Oscar start pouring money into technomancer shenaniganery?
Or magic. Because this guy
yeah.
does the identification of either.
He started pouring stuff into the technomancer lobbying literally since he took over. So
So once you were all
basically
dead.
a few nights after the Twilight Horizon event.
So I am going to, you see that she starts fucking throwing things out the way and doing her stuff. And she is now digging for Maya, the mother. Because as far as Morningstar knows, right? Her abilities were passed to her by her mother. As far as we know, Ollie didn't have special technomancer or magic abilities, and as far as we know, neither did Oscar.
No, Oscar's a mage.
Oscar's a mage. Oh, do I know that?
Yes.
Have you said that to Morningstar? Okay.
Yes,
Oh.
that came up. One of the first memories Mojave got was when you asked if he was an arsonist, and
Mhm.
he's like, "No, but I think my brother might have been."
I see. So the brother's a mage. Interesting. I still want to look into the mother.
And no, absolutely. You'll be able to find some things on Maya. You're in this section. This, like the general practitioner, it's at a hospital. So these donations are going to this hospital.
Mhm.
And Maya also goes to this hospital. So do
Mhm.
actually a lot of the Falcone family. It seems like it's a pretty easy
I
place to
see.
control what happens. But so Maya goes there as well.
Mhm.
Maya appears also to have very average statistics put on her medical records. Only difference being
Mm.
that she's also seeing someone who, though they are general practice, does have a specialty.
Mhm.
And they have a specialty in not neomedicine, but basically cybernetics.
Cybernet. Okay.
Just out of curiosity, as we're doing these searches, sorry, framing the sentence so that it comes out front to back and not the other way around.
Mhm.
How close is the date of Oscar's wedding to the date of the that event?
2 weeks.
I see.
Oscar was married 2 weeks before the Twilight Horizon event.
From your memory, we knew that, well, you know, I don't know if you shared it with us, that Oscar was mad at you or trying to stop you
We
from
Do-
killing technomancers, right?
we don't know that much really yet. We've inferred bits and pieces. I think the technomancer thing I have not had any memories about yet. You've been able to find that in the records.
That's what it was.
You
Yeah.
also were told a lot of information when you were at the bar in the desert.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm just going to do a guess before we continue on. Your brother is a mage. Or rather, Ollie's brother was a mage. I
My
think
brother.
his wife is a technomancer. And I believe their child may either be mage or a technomancer. And they are hiding it by covering up these doctor's visits and such as general know-how. Maya is pregnant now, likely going to have another either magical child or a technomancer child. From some things we've learned, it is a possibility that you were aiding in the removal of technomancers from the city. Perhaps this is why he did what he did.
I don't
To
know how
protect
deep
his
you can
family.
dig here, Scales.
I can
There's
try my best. We
Any
must be careful, though.
trace. Records, receipts, recordings, whatever. Any electronic shadow. I want to know. I need
Of
to know
Ollie?
why.
Okay. Okay. And she is going to deep dive now to get Ollie's information.
I am perfectly happy to let you do this. But I'm actually going to have to require you to do a slightly different roll. One I don't
Okay.
think I've ever actually have you roll before.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay, let's fucking do it. Yeah.
Pull up some things for you. Make sure I'm not incorrect. Nope, yes. I need you to roll cyber combat.
Oh no. Hmm.
Okay.
yeah.
Jesus, it's not great.
I will allow
Oh,
you.
Cyber
You never had to
throwdown.
fight in the Matrix.
I will
Oh,
allow
no.
you to roll hacking first to make the cyber combat easier.
Okay. I will do the hacking first. Okay. It's not great. It's a 2.
So you're trying to deep dive into these files,
Mhm.
and you come across something awful. When you're breaking open a file, you find a dormant black ice program. It is weak, but it is there. And
Black ice is black ice.
but it is there.
Isn't this what we found at that place in the desert?
Yes, the destroyed one that was still following a broken code. Yes. But that was a destroyed one that probably would not have been able to notice you. This was a dormant one that wakes up the minute the file opens.
Okay. Okay.
It's a
I'm-
trap. It's a
I'm-
trap.
I'm going to. Yeah, but I mean, I'm already in here now. It's a matter of like I
Yes.
can't leave
At
it.
this point,
Yeah.
because you've stated you wanted to do this, and this is an immediate trap on a deep dive, you have
Mhm.
3 options ahead of you right now.
Okay.
You can cyber combat, which is just simply combat the black ice and risk it actively causing physical damage to you and possibly even permanently ending it. You can try to hack to rewrite the program to listen to you, but it is very hard to hack a black ice program.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can jack out right now, but I will require you to actually forcibly jack out and take the stun for it.
Mm-hmm.
It is up to you whether you would like to fight it, try to get information. Every round that you cyber combat and hold here, I will give you a little bit of the files around you. You do
Okay.
not have to beat the ice program to get the files, but every moment you're here, it will continue to attack you. So if you stay to get the files, it's either fight it hand to hand or try to control it to stop it, or you just leave right now.
I'm gonna try to rewrite the program. Yeah, I'm gonna try to rewrite the program. I think Morningstar, there's like the briefest flash of there's the briefest flash of orange that goes through her scales, this sort of like warning color. And it mirrors the colors of Mojave's eyes. Um, and then her scales go red. Um, and she briefly, her mismatched eyes lock on Mojave's, and then she looks back at the screen, and the screen shuts off. She doesn't want them to see what she's about to do, just in case. And so she, at that point, sort of like disengages from reality, so that she can have her entire faculties and focus on this situation. May I ask one thing of you,
Yes.
Softy?
Anything you need.
Midori keeps an eye on her, like her biometrics and shit. The kind of one indication of like where her body is at, in terms of like damage and stuff, for the others to know about. Yeah, she's gonna try to rewrite this program.
Sure. I'll allow Midori to act as a biometrics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So I will give you the full description of this black ice.
Okay.
So imagine you are standing in a room with a filing cabinet. You have pulled the lock, and it just opens. And then coming out of it, almost flowing grotesquely, is a black sludge-like thing that eventually coalesces itself into what can only be described as a inky black water elemental looking type of creature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The ghost children, they scream.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, fuck it. That's what it sounds like. It's awful. But no, so it now reaches forward, and you may roll your hacking. Or did you?
I didn't roll it yet.
Yes, roll
that
the
was
hacking.
the previous second.
Right. You may roll the hacking on the black ice.
Okay. Can I use edge on this?
Yes. You can use edge on any roll as long as you have edge for it.
Okay. Okay. I got an 11.
Oh. What was the firewall in this black ice?
Scales is a
Like
specialist.
A max of 8. like a max of.
It's determination to help her friend, really, is what this is. She's like, he wants all the information. If there's anything that I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna get it, you know.
I'm sorry, like max of 14 if it's like really high end stuff, but then be rolling competing dice.
Flavor wise, during the pause, the moment that the screen goes black and the flashes, the warning, there's just that faintest twitch. Mojave reaching as though for a holstered gun before he the muscle memory seems to remember that he doesn't actually carry a gun and never has.
Yeah. I think
It's
all
bad.
her muscles are like so tense and tight. You see every single one in her massive body. And her form is just the constant like reds pulsing through her scales, and like her eyes are wide open, and they're doing that thing of like, you know, when you're reading something really fast and the pupils move back and forth. That's what they look like, but she's like clearly not present in this space.
Okay, so you currently, holy shit, yeah, you currently have 3 marks on the black ice.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I may have to look it up, but I think shutdown requires 4 marks or ownership. And I want to say spoof command requires 2.
Okay.
And you can't spoof command it to shut it down. To
No,
shut
yeah,
down.
yeah, no. Obviously, that's those two very different commands.
But you can, and you're and in this case, you're actually spending the marks off. So you
Mhm.
can either spoof a command to try to make it do something else for a bit of time, or you can take whatever's coming and then try another hacking to fully control it and shut it down completely.
Would it fall under a spoof command to have it? So okay, I'm gonna need your help in terms of what I'm capable of doing
Understand.
here. The idea being, could I create a separate thing for it to fight so that it's not perceiving me, it's perceiving that and fighting that while I get this information?
You are referring to a combat sprite, and yes,
Yes, I
you
guess
can.
so. Okay.
I will allow you to. I mean, honestly, I'll let you just roll compiling because I don't think you're really trying to get this combat sprite to actually win. Just take the
No.
hit.
Yeah, just take the hit and be the distraction while I grab this information.
I will let you roll compiling. You don't have to register because I don't think it's going to last long enough to matter.
No.
So I'll let you roll the compiling to try to throw a very low level sprite out there. Have the little bastard
Toss
running
up
around.
Shadow Clone.
Toss up that
Isa-
shadow clone. Holy shit,
Isa-
that's a decent shadow clone.
Okay, hey, Shadow Clone. Pew.
So yes, I will allow the sprite to occur, and the spoof command is attack.
So that it's fully like not focusing on me, it's focusing on
You
The
you know what,
sprite.
the spoofed command is lock target, and you lock it onto the sprite. And you can
Yeah.
just send that combat sprite to start running around like a crazy person. I will be making sprites rolls,
Yeah.
because it's in the book and I have it. So I'll be rolling against myself over here in the real world. And I'll tell you when you ain't safe anymore.
Okay, great.
But
As soon as that engages, I am trying to get my fingers on this information.
fair enough. And you won't be able to be caught off guard. You'll know when the black ice is changed back because you still have one mark on it. You only
Okay,
spent
great.
2 to do the spoof command.
Okay,
So
great.
right now, roll hacking to start just downloading everything you can out of these hidden files. You're just
Okay.
ripping shit out of here, trying to get in, get out.
Okay. 5.
That is enough to get half of everything. I will be doing the rolls to see if you have one more turn away from the black ice.
Okay.
Suspenseful, isn't it?
I'm trying not to chew my nails off. I'm scared.
You feel the reverberation as the black ice, in only a moment, engulfs and eradicates the sprite.
Shit.
And then it whips around and relocks onto you.
Fuck. All right. Fuck it. It's worth it. I'm gonna do another hacking to try to actually take over this thing.
You gonna use edge again?
Uh-huh. Yes, I am.
Softy gulps loudly.
Hey, is that a total shutdown now? Because I already had one mark on it.
That is
And
4 marks. You may total shut down the black ice.
Yeah, I shut it the fuck down. I'm not trying to get fucked up. I shut it the fuck down. Yeah, absolutely. I think outside, right? You see that like her scales start to do. Do you know? I don't know what it's called, but the thing that bees do when they create the like waves when they're trying to like warn away predators. She's doing that, but it's her scales. And so you're seeing this like black wave go over the red of her scales right now as she is doing the fucking thing.
And ripples. Frickin'
Yeah.
ripples.
Yeah, ripples running through her. Her muscles are all taut. And you know what? She probably has a little bit of a nosebleed because this is probably the most she's exerted herself for this sort of thing. So,
Gosh darn. Mojave, standing there, still as a stone, watching her in the screen as this is happening. His aura's probably doing a similar red-black thing right now.
Yeah, it's rough times out here. But we shut that shit down so it doesn't attack us. And then I'm trying to get the rest of this information. I already have half. I'm just gonna have all of it.
Yeah, you may roll hacking one more time, and I will say, as you send off the command to shut down, you will be able to feel for one last moment, as you still have connection to it, a signal disappear off into the ether.
Fuck. Yeah, we're fucking taking this information and we are going. It's only a 3. It's only a 3.
And you do not have all of it yet. Files are incomplete. Trying to leave now is a good shot. You might corrupt some of them.
Fuck me.
Stay or go.
I gotta stay. I gotta see it through. Yeah, I'm gonna see it through.
Oh, Celis gave a reroll to Scales.
Thank you.
You may roll that hacking again, but you have to take the second result.
Can you hear the stress in my voice?
Deep
Thank you,
breath.
Celis.
Deep breath.
Oh!
Thank you, Celis. Thank you so
It's
much.
only
I'm glad
a
I wasn't drinking anything.
It's only a 9.
The dice have a story to tell, dang
That's
it!
a lot of 6s.
It's only a 9 because it wasn't on edge, but still, that's a 9. That is the rest of the info in one hit. Yeah.
I'm actually shaking. Okay.
Same!
Okay. Yeah, she fucking gets all this information and she will slither her fucking ass out of here.
Yes, I will allow you to. Now, here's the thing. It will basically be taking you a whole turn to safely back out completely. Otherwise, it will count as a jack out, and you don't want to take. I don't think you want to take the damage if you don't have to.
Nope. I
So-
will take the turn.
You will take the turn to slowly ease yourself out of this, because you're easing yourself out of layers of shit.
Yeah.
Because you know something is going to show up here, and it's probably going to start trying to follow you back. So I assume you would like to fully back out.
The way I am fully backing out, and if you will allow me to use static veil to mask my entrance at all, that's what I would want to do.
You can use static veil.
Okay.
Just I want you to be aware of something. So
Okay,
you
well, tell
are
me
aware.
first. Yeah.
Static veil still leaves a resonance presence.
Oh, I see. I thought it removed resonance. Okay.
It lowers your score and the ability to easily see you, but in any resonance power, except for I think one of them can remove your resonance trail, but it's not the veil. It's a different one. I think it's actually called like a race or something.
I have cleaner.
That might actually be
it-
the one.
Yeah, it says that it erases a few of them. So I guess it's just dependent on how high I roll this, of how much I'm able to remove of my resonance.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to erase everything on yours. I think cleaner actually might be your score, but
If I did misread marks, would that maybe help me a little bit?
you don't have mark. Well, you still have marks in the
Yeah.
grander system you're in.
Yeah. So if I did that, right, as I'm like slowly, fully exiting out, could I maybe mislead?
You would need. So misread marks is normally applied. So misread marks is a power that is against something else. So you're telling
I
a
understand.
system to misread a mark. So you can tell the system at large to misread whatever mark is there, but you would need to it would need to matter, but it's just the system. Anyone else coming through would be able to
Right.
pick stuff up. Now you can pull your marks out, so they can't find your marks. And you know
Okay.
that resonance can only be seen by another technomancer. You can't really
Right.
see resonance if you're a Decker, I don't believe.
Yeah. Fuck me, dude. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna pull myself and my marks out. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Pull myself and my
Then
marks out.
you are able to pull out completely, leaving a very shallow resonance trail, way less than using any kind of power would have done. Although you did, and the reason I say there's a shallow one is you did make a sprite.
Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
sprite was deleted here.
Yeah.
So you're able to pull all the way out. The last thing you see before completely pulling yourself out of the inner sanctum is you see an icon appear in there. And you see the icon. The icon is, the best way to put it, almost, I want to say porcelain due to the smoothness of it, but it's dark brown instead of being pale white. But the smooth face of almost like a mask of a woman, and then the body is of a bird. And it basically lands inside here so that's like this form, and it looks there, and you see it immediately twist head around, and it's looking down, and you being a technician, you can see it's seen your resonance, meaning it can see it, meaning this is a living persona, i.e., a technomancer's persona. So though they have not seen you or your icon, they do know what your resonance looks like.
Yeah.
They would still have to roll to know who it is, but it has been witnessed, and they know someone has been in these files.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as I'm out, I'm actually going to remove my marks from their like wider system as well. Like I'm pulling completely out on purpose.
Of course, you can pull completely out, and you're basically just one step ahead of them because you rolled so well. You're one step ahead of them. They cannot catch up to you completely to see your icon or try to track you.
Yeah. As soon as I'm like fully out, I think I gasp. It just the bodily sort of like hitting back into my form, and my hands are shaking, and I think that I look a little bit pale in the face that still is pretty like humanoid. I look a little like sweaty and sick, but I did it. So yeah, I look a little sick, and then I look at Mojave and I say, I got it all, but they're going to figure out that I was there.
Cross that bridge when we get to it. It's only a matter of time one way or the other.
The wife, Maya. I'm pretty sure she's a technomancer.
How you feeling?
There was a black ice program protecting your file. I was able to shut it down. I did what I went in there to do. So I just need a few seconds, and then we can take a look.
Yeah.
I think she like very shakily leaves the room for a moment so that she can like get a drink. She immediately locks the safe house down. Because between this person that definitely saw her resonance and the boar's head person, she's like, I gotta shut this whole shit down right now. And so whatever I have to roll to essentially lock the safe house down.
Honestly, that's not there's obviously the physical locks and everything, but you have access to this place's host. You can lock a host off completely. Basically, you just set an alarm. If the host gets crossed by anything, an alarm will go off. That's the best case scenario here, is that you need a full on, no password, no nothing. It opens, alarm goes off. It does mean that maybe if 404 tried to get in, it would go off, but it's way safer than trying. it's harder
Mhm.
than trying to just get over the firewall even.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. In the kitchen, I'm like, I have water, and I'm like shaking and trying to drink it, but like my mind is in doing that, is setting this alarm.
I will now give, if you would like,
Yes.
the medical history of Oliver Falcone,
Yes.
as well as some other history about Oliver Falcone that you have gained.
Okay.
You went into some very dangerous locked files. By the way, Firewall 8 on that black ice. Good job.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, good job. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You do not want to know what its combat dice were. And I will never
Nope.
tell you.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. Quite gracious of you.
Oliver Falcone died when he was, if I'm not wrong, 26. His brother is also 26, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Or right now, he's 29.
But when that happened to you, was 26. Yeah.
Yes. Oliver Falcone was born with a weak heart, had a fairly problematic constitution as a child. One thing of note is that as a child, he showed early signs, alongside his brother, of astral connection. Though for an unknown reason, probably by the time they reached puberty, those completely disappear. He just stops presenting. It's not known. It's pretty rare for that to happen, if at all. It wasn't really understood by any of the doctors. Most medical history just sort of purports it is. We don't know. There are some other files on him that basically are will and testament of the father, as well as some contracts and deeds for various businesses signed over to Oliver in event of the father's death, basically showing how Oliver was meant to be the head of the family. Very clearly, according to these, Oliver was picked as the head of the family. He would have ruled everything that they had. The only reason Oscar has power is his brother is dead.
Okay. Which is what I thought. Okay.
Only other thing you get is a very late on medical checkup from a very interesting person. A Dr. Serrano saw him very close to his death. It's just written as Dr. Serrano. It's not a very well kept file. You do not know the first name of this individual, but they are Dr. Serrano. And in the doctor's notes, it is basically shown a lot of damage. Like, we're talking multiple broken ribs, 2 broken wrists, a broken femur, broken jaw, multiple sliced tendons on a few other places. And
Signs of maybe abuse and torture.
yes, although this was all in one night. Like, this is a medical report for all of one night, and then you'll see that there are multiple basically treatments, and one of the treatments is very clearly alluding to magical intervention. Extremely strong magical intervention. Like,
Okay.
patient will not live without.
I see.
And then, quickly preceding that is what can only be described as a very threatening letter, penned in the hand of, at the time, Don Falcone, which would have been
The dad.
the dad at the time. A very threatening letter, basically dictating of never contact us again. If you ever say anything about my son, I will make sure you're hunted down and murdered. And then
To this Dr. Serrano.
to the Dr. Serrano, and then the Dr. Serrano was basically told to get the fuck out of Vegas in the next 24 hours.
Okay.
So, other than that, you'll notice that this event, this night, is about about 2 months prior to the Twilight Horizon event.
Mhm.
And other than that, there's a couple interesting things on like a payment scenario where in the payment there is money, but there is also the name of an individual
Mm.
in the payment section.
What's the name?
It is. There it is. Couldn't remember the damn man's first name. It's over here.
Mhm.
Robert Varantes.
There's a payment.
Oh, and the monetary was like 20 grand.
20K for Robert Varentis.
Oh, and Robert Varantes. Like he's in the payment section as one of the items used to pay for the procedure that occurred to Ollie.
I see. 20K and give them Robert. I see.
So whichever Dr. Serrano this was, left Vegas with 20 grand and a dude.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Is that everything?
Other than some more just confirmation of property ownership and basically fucking Ollie's entire life in file form, including a lot of arrest records, mostly
Yeah.
violent crimes.
Yeah, yeah. As I'm looking over these files before I give everything to Mojave, is there any hint as to what he was doing, if anything, to the technomancers?
There it is. There is something.
Mhm.
It is a recording.
Okay.
And you can either listen to this on your own or you can play it for everyone else. So if you want if you want to listen to it on your own, for
No.
entertainment, if you listen to it on your own, I'll send you a message about it.
Yeah, no. No. She is gonna go back into the room, turn on her screen, and she will begin to show all of the information, all the files, just the history, the rap sheets, the everything, the payments, the money, all the shit. And then we'll finally come to that recording.
Because before we get to that point, there is a moment. For the most part, Mojave's face is, stone, but very visibly the name Serrano is ringing a bell.
Really quickly, because I know Serrano as a last name might not immediately be known because I've never called them by their real names.
No,
Do you know-
it has come up because
Oh,
I have it
have I
in
said
my
it?
notes because we stumbled across it before.
Right, because
Yeah.
you stumbled across that paper. I forgot I even gave
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that name is ringing a bell.
That's why I made
Jesus.
the face I
Been
made.
mentioned.
So,
Been mentioned.
Calm your titties.
Yes. So, what was the what's going on with Serrano?
What, just about him in general?
A full
We
name
tweaked-
to start, maybe.
Yeah, I guess what from Mojave, there's just that recognition, bit of a frown, and just
Yeah.
torpor.
You don't know because you don't know the first name.
Yeah, but like that's
True. Yeah, you're assuming
So
it's
when
there is the question mark there. It's not whether or not it was torpor. Torpor has the last name Serrano, so torpor question mark is still a valid statement here.
true.
There is a connection.
Um, when you say torpor, I will put that in the back of my head to deal with later. Because that's going to require a conversation with torpor.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So we're going to have to put a pin in that one in particular.
All right, I'm gonna give you every negative in the world if you do not stop that voice. I swear to God, your next roll is gonna be -5. I swear.
But once we get past that brief moment and knowing that that conversation will have to happen, the recording pops up and I press play. I don't wait for permission. I just press play.
All right. The recording begins, and fumbling can be heard, as if someone holding a phone or a recording device is touching it. It then seems to settle wherever the hell this recording device has been set. You hear a click, and then you finally hear someone speak. You hear a voice that is uncomfortably close to Mojave, but only when you've heard him get serious. When he's stopped the drunk slur. So unslurring cold even. And in sort of a almost sickening laugh, you hear him, "Hey, Oscar, what's the problem?" And then, assumingly, Oscar, who has the best way to put it is kind of similar to Mojave's voice, if maybe slightly higher pitched. It's a different person, but it's like they really were brothers in more ways than, like, they were brothers. You can always tell that. And he leans and goes, "What the fuck is this paper? Why is Maya's name on here? Why the fuck are you writing my wife's name on a paper you're trying to send to fucking Horizon? Fuck's going on?" And on the other end, you hear a laugh. "I don't know. Why'd you decide to marry some fucking freak? You want this family to go that kind of downhill? You want the Varentesses to fucking win? Who knows what kind of fucking weird ass thing's gonna pop out of her? You're a bastard, Ollie. You hear me? You're a fucking bastard. You're my brother. And you're coming after my fucking wife? What is the matter with you?" What are you gonna do if I just, tell Dad? He's the one who said I should do it. I don't fucking care if you tell Dad. I don't fucking care at all. Now how about you do me a big favor? Get the fuck out of my office. Your fucking what? I'm older. What the fuck do you mean, your office? Surprise. Maybe you should have been more careful with who you slept around with. And you then hear a few steps, a very heavy just smack. And then you hear another. And you hear someone hit the ground. And then you hear kind of quiet on the recording. "Don't ever fucking hit me again, Oscar. Get your fucking ass out of here." And the recording is kind of very quiet. Nothing a lot there. And then you hear fumbling again as assumingly Oscar grabs the phone or whatever recording device it was. And the last thing you hear before the recording goes off is just, "You're not my fucking brother anymore, you asshole." And the recording cuts.
I think Morningstar just slumps, dude. I think she just slumps into her chair and doesn't know what to say or do.
Yeah, Mojave's face is still as expressionless as it's been. Just sort of. Well, now we know.
Real quick, help the player out.
Yes.
I think I'm getting Oscar and Ollie confused.
Ollie is Mojave, Oscar's the brother.
And which one is like the hateful one that caused all this shit?
Ollie.
Ollie.
Mojave.
Yes.
Very, very disappointed in you.
Mohali.
I think, oh my god, dude.
Yeah. Looking down at his hand, those scarred fingers, his wrists, just.
Hey, how many of us know, like,
Yeah, are we
Oh, we're
there?
all here.
well,
We're all
okay.
here.
okay.
We're all
Can you
here.
play
Everyone's in
that
the room.
out loud to
Uh,
everybody?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mojave
Yes.
didn't push anybody out of the room. He's like, no, let's get it over with. Let's rip this Band-Aid off. I can't keep running forever.
Yeah, so
Hey,
everybody was aware.
Mojave, I know you're like different now, like a new person, but you were this Ollie dude. Do you like feel that way?
What kind of question is that?
An honest one?
And one with a yes or a no answer?
I think Morningstar just turns and looks at Mojave. And on her face is not one that is expecting an answer. She doesn't care what the answer is. She gets up. She goes very close to Mojave, where they're almost nose to nose. And she says, "You are not him."
Would you forgive me if I was?
Yes.
That's the moment where it, like, the stone cracks, like, shoulders slump, face and hand, like, strangled sob.
She grabs him and she just holds on to him. And she lets him cry it out.
Cloudy will nod and leave the room for now.
Liam, of course, is going to get in on what is now a group hug.
Oh.
For once, she doesn't try to get away. She lets him hug.
Forearmed hug.
The biggest group hug.
Yeah, Mojave just sobbing right now. Like,
Don't mind if I just break the fourth wall and give a little bit of an eldritch hug of sorry.
This is in fact your fault. So apology accepted.
Well, I saw chat. Celis actually called me out.
I mean, this is only a breaking point in something that's been building for a very long time.
But Cloudy will also come back.
Okay. Yeah.
With tissues and a bottle of whiskey.
Thank you so much.
Midori comes running in because he followed Cloudy. Comes running in after realizing tissues, and then climbs up and hugs Mojave's back like a little backpack.
My son. Yeah, I think when Cloudy comes back in with the tissues and the whiskey, Morningstar, I think is like just because of her largeness is like stronger than everybody, and just forces everyone into a cuddle puddle with her
Just
tail. You know?
Giant snake. Everyone gets encircled.
Yeah, yeah. And then like just drops dead weight on them, so they have to like their knees have to buckle, and then brings
Oh,
them
I'm
all
being
to the
squished.
floor.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
so
almost
that we can
positive
all.
Cloudy is the only one at all slightly resisting this hug, but he will go ahead and get wrapped in.
Yeah. Her tail particularly like pushes on the backs of his knees, so he's like, ugh, with the whiskey bottle. Yeah, just so that there's this little like cuddle puddle situation with the whiskey, and there's at least from Morningstar right now there is no talking, just letting him experience the emotions that he's going through. Um, and allows him to feel forgiven for whatever it is that he feels guilty for.
Gosh darn, there sure is a lot of it. Um, yeah, it's it's a good minute before like he kind of pulls himself together, but he does eventually pull himself together. If whiskey is poured, he is gratefully imbibing.
Mm-hmm. Nothing is poured. Bottle is handed
Oh
with
yeah, no,
the
no.
box of tissues. Um,
I
No.
whisper, oh, go ahead.
You know, Liam will collect a glass and, in a show of solidarity, will hold it out for the glass to be filled with whiskey.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we're pouring him a glass.
Wow! Shock.
I'll drink to friendship.
Lift the bottle, clink it against the glass.
And then I'm sipping, and it's miserable. And oh, it's just
I
fucking
whisper,
accelerant.
I whisper to Midori to go get him some Coke.
Oh.
Midori just like nods and then goes to run off to the thing, comes back with Coca-Cola,
He's
soy
like,
cola.
eyes are pissing tears. He's just, it's rough.
You see,
It's real rough.
Yeah, meanwhile,
Midori's
Mojave swinging
arm-
straight out of the bottle.
Midori's arm is like waving at you with the can in its hand.
Yeah, thanks.
You mix them as I take a sip from the bottle. Mix the
Midori is like happily like pouring the Coke on top of the whiskey to make it a whiskey and Coke.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. Oof. You guys make this shit look easy.
You get used to it.
Nope, this is the one.
Oh, it's the only one we get. I see.
Yeah. It's important.
I didn't realize that you blush quite visibly.
When
It's
I can't
from the
breathe,
alcohol.
Yeah,
it's from the
it's-
alcohol. It's yeah.
it's more the oxygen not being there anymore.
Deep breaths, like a roller coaster. You just deep breaths,
Yeah.
in slow, out through the nose. You got
Hey,
it.
what color is it?
Ooh, that took her off
It's-
guard.
I'll say right now, it is a dark magenta.
Yeah. She shows him in her scales,
Oh, it's a good
so you
color.
can see the colors. Yeah,
That's a
it's-
good color.
looks
And he's
good
finally
on-
he's finally cleared his
People look at his
airway the
voice.
rest of the way, and he's drinking like a normal person again.
Yeah, you don't have to drink it if you don't want to.
No, it's good. It's good. No, I can say I've done it.
Fair enough.
Hello.
I'm gonna need a salad after this. There's so much sugar in this glass right now.
It's so much sugar. That's insane.
So much sugar.
Do you want like a soy salad to drink?
Mixing the drink like that has always been too sweet for me.
It's a soy salad to drink? You gonna
Yeah.
blend it?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
It's like
Don't-
cucumber
don't do
water, but
that.
worse.
That's
Would-
so
Would it even be a
Oh.
salad anymore?
It's not.
I'm just-
That's so gross.
Like a smoothie?
It's like a green machine.
Yeah, like, well, okay, look, I'm trying to, like, I thought you meant, like, as a chaser to chase that down that drink,
Oh.
but you just mean that's like a snack, right? Am I confused? Do you mean like a snack or a chaser?
I mean, here's the thing: if you have what it takes to make me a green machine right now, a whole smoothie, yes, please, virgin.
Please,
I'm begging you.
please put some fruit in there because my God, it will just taste like grass.
Jay will make the Shadow One equivalent of a green machine smoothie,
Hey,
probably with all sorts of different vegetables made with soy.
I was gonna
The
say
faux soy
it's
vegetables.
a soy.
awful,
It's
bro.
a soy
So
smoothie with
basically-
11 different artificial flavorings.
Yes, so it's like a soy smoothie with a little bit of weird colorant and some artificial flavors. You know, the vitamins packets thrown in there.
Yeah. So,
But
so
it's-
soy
it's
kale.
close.
Taking another swig of whiskey.
Right.
It looks like I'm drinking really not okay milk anymore. really
Like,
not really
With like some
viscous.
green mixed in there, with maybe the hints of like flavor of kale, apple, and like some other miscellaneous
Yeah.
fruit.
But this is all he eats is just like the soy stuff and then like water. So he chugs it. Like
bro, it's like the look I think on Mojave and Morningstar's face is like, ugh, like poison. You're drinking poison, and we just passed the bottle between us because gross.
I'll take the bottle as he's downing it and just
Yeah, it's rough, dude. It looks
to
awful.
wash the sympathetic taste out of my own
Mouth washes
So-
with whiskey.
So we have learned.
wash the flavor out of something I didn't actually eat.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Did we just learn that Mojave's brother is kind of a cool guy that was really just defending his family?
Yes, but
Yeah,
here's
man.
the thing: he is associated with Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I
He's
don't
associated
think
with a lot
he
of
knows.
things.
I don't think he knows what she really does, because what she does puts his daughter at risk. Manano Gol is collecting children, technomancers, mages, collecting them and using them.
So
He was a
how do
Huh?
we save him? How do we save the family? Other than killing Bloody Mary.
so
I mean, still want to talk to him.
that's
Yeah.
pretty much the option. You talk to him. We somehow convince him that you are not you don't have your former self's ideologies.
I mean, now
Is
that I know, I can figure out what to say.
I'm pretty sure that the company you currently keep goes a long way to showing that you are not that person anymore.
Yeah.
do we know is Mojave's bro, like, is his family still cool? Did
What do you
something
mean?
happen?
Oh, they're dead. It's just him and his wife and his kid now. Everyone else is dead. He got them.
Oh.
He killed them all.
Oh, okay. But his wife and his daughter's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
and
alive
like in
and
his
well.
defense, honestly, they made it. They
Sure.
he didn't have a choice, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
from
Nod,
that
nod,
video we
rubbing
saw,
his scarred hand.
clearly, Oscar, right?
Oscar. Yeah.
Yes.
Clearly, like we all watched the video. We all
Mhm.
agree Oscar was the good guy.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, Oscar was the good guy, and
In
Oscar
fact,
was
he was so
self-defensing his family.
In
and-
fact, he was so good. He shot the evil right out of his brother, redeemed him with a bullet.
dare is
Jay will look over at Mojave and like, bro, he's right. Holy crap.
That does like Mojave cannot help but crack a bit of a smile.
I think there is like a look on her because the always like being rational that she's like, what? You can't cure anyone of evilness with the bullet?
You,
I think he did.
Mojave, case in point, living example.
No.
We born, all the evil
Bamboozled.
gone.
She's bamboozled. She's like,
That bullet was redemption.
Crazy.
I
No.
look. Conversation definitely needs to be had. We can convince him of the true nature of Bloody Mary, who she's involved with, and the danger it poses, at the very least, to his daughter and his unborn child. He's also a mage, so we will have to approach carefully.
He's
I think
also ahead of the Falcons.
yes. I have details of his security, how much is where, who is where, the schedule, 8-hour shifts between how they rotate. I have the security teams of his wife and daughter as well. So finding a way around that isn't necessarily too big of an issue. For me, the biggest issue is him taking one look at you and setting you on fire. So I think we have to really think about how we're going to approach him and how you are going to approach him. Now, we can perhaps send a message and messenger ahead to maybe gauge the response, or we can full band-aid rip off, just fucking show up.
You know who a good messenger would be?
Who?
You.
What? Okay.
You know, Jay's got a point. One technomancer to another. If we're right about Maya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not good at talking, Jay. I'm not good at. Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
got it.
all you gotta do is send the message. I want the bandage ripped off. I want it
Scales.
over. I want it done.
Wait, Oscar was a mage, right?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
Mate.
Scales and Cloudy. You both go. If
Okay.
Mojave is chill with a mage and a techno bow, like, dude.
I don't think we want to
Right.
necessarily tell him it's me. Get him suspecting a trap. Better just.
Well, I mean,
I don't think lying or hiding will help. I think going with utmost honesty is going to do a lot more in showing that you are not the same person you were then. That the
Yeah, no.
ideology has changed.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't think we want to say, "Hey, yo, Oliver's back and he wants to talk."
Well, I'm not going to call
Well-
you Oliver unless you want me to call you Oliver. You are Mojave to me. But if you would like me to call you Oliver, then okay, I will.
I'm saying I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I want to get him
How
in a
about
room.
this?
That's all I know.
How about this? We sleep on it, get some rest, chill out for a little bit. You can think of what you want to say to him. And when you know what you want to say, you'll be able to let me know how you would want me to approach him in getting you in the same room with him. And Cloudy will be with me. So
I will, but I did have one question.
Mm.
I did have one question for you, Mojave.
Yeah.
Are you Oliver?
Liam asked me that question yesterday.
I did.
Saying no feels like a lie.
But does yes feel like a lie too?
Only thing I can say is, would you forgive me if I am?
You don't need forgiveness from me, but it helps me talk to Oscar to know which is which, what the answer is.
I
mean,
mean,
I
one way or
think-
the other, I have his face, I have his scars, I have his memory.
I think you're definitely a little both, but
Mhm.
you're more Mojave than us, like than Ali, right? You can be both and be more than one than the other.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
Was the thing.
He is a mage. So, Oscar is a mage. You guys do that thing where you are able to see people's their aura, right? You
Their
Yeah.
souls.
right.
He can
so,
see your soul, and it would not be the same.
right.
It's
So
true.
it sort of doesn't matter if we say that you are or are not Ollie. He can see it for himself.
That's, yeah. I mean, I want to get him in a room. Whatever happens after that is between him and me. It's just getting him in that room. Getting him in that room.
Okay. So we sleep on it. You figure out what you want to say, and then we will take care of the rest. And then at some point, battle bots. So I don't know.
Well, maybe.
And
You don't have to do battle bots.
Midori is
looking
jumping
forward
down.
to it. So
Would
No,
be cool.
Midori stands and you watch him shake as he just goes, "Yes, we do."
he's really looking forward to it. So we have to go. We have to do it. I mean,
Oh.
come on.
Well, let's be honest. When it comes to talking to people and doing competently doing a lot of this stuff, that's not like spinking a guy. Worst case scenario, right? Uncle Liam and Papa J take Midori to battle bots, and the rest of the team goes and does the thing that they'll actually have success with.
Okay, but I want to see him perform. I want to see him do his thing.
We'll,
so you have
we'll
to
take
film it.
video.
No, we gotta be there to.
We got to be there to cheer him on, right?
Yeah.
Plus, after a very intense
It's a
conversation
week-long
with family-
thing.
Yes, this is
You're
why
not going to
it's-
talk to Oscar for a week, are you? That would be fucking nuts.
Setting
mean,
it up
who
might
knows?
take a while, though.
Oh,
That's the
Setting
thing,
well, there we go.
Might take a while and
right?
got a lot
That's
of
the
catching
thing.
up to do.
We've got to first get him the message, see if he's receptive of us, then set up a time for you to meet him where he feels safe and like it's not a fucking trap, and then the actual meeting. So there's time for us to go and see Midori fight. Listen, he is my son. I must go see him. I must support him. That's
Okay.
what good parent does. So
while you guys are sleeping, what do you want me to do?
you really do go out and do stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
Shit. Well,
I go out and talk to people. I get dinner. I go. Yeah, I've got lots of money. I'm in Vegas. Why
That's
would not go
really-
gamble or something, right?
interesting. I don't. A lot of interaction with other people is a very scary prospect to me. Okay.
I mean, the ancients want to blow my brains out whether I sit at home or not. So I may as well, to spite them, go out and be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides, look at these abs. IDs from the world, criminal.
More
I
just
know.
starts like
Imagining
cheating.
just like one hand lifts up shirt, other hand just points at the abs.
Like, come on.
Morningstar.
There's like the
immediately
pistol
is like,
also tucked
"Oh."
into the waistband.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Or while we're dealing with this, y'all can go for another, I don't know, dancing gig.
Everyone calm
You like
down,
the money,
okay?
don't you, Cloudy?
Of course I like the
Everybody
money.
relax.
Yes, you like the money, don't you? You fucking greedy weasel.
With this, I'm going to have to slide in. As it is 11:12, at least for me.
Mhm.
So, we will pick back up with Cloudy liking the money and BattleBots and the horrifying prospect of having a brotherly reunion on the on the morrow. Thank you all for playing, and thank you all for joining us this evening. Well, I got a little bit heavy, and I'm sorry and not sorry. I hope you all enjoyed that.
Don't apologize. I'm not sorry.
Fair enough. I think it was some of my best writing I've done. So, we are gonna go in order of...
Largest number of apps?
No, given the way you describe something, most likely to have shitty trigger discipline.
Oh, hell yeah. He's going to blow his own dick off at some point. Don't worry about it.
So, Anxiety, who are you and why do you exist?
Whoa. I actually have a rank of pistol. How dare you speak to me this way? How could you? No. Hello, I'm Slippery Nosferatu, a neurodivergent streamer here on Twitch, where I sometimes almost consider finishing the games I start, but you'll never be there for any of it because it's not often. I'm also here on Table of Horrors, and soon, perhaps, other places, other things.
Oh no. Y'all, I think we have a problem.
What?
I noticed this earlier. I don't think our things work. I think we ran out of stream elements and stuff. I don't think any of our things work.
Stream Elements has been weird for me lately.
Wait, what?
I'm not Streamlabs, Streamlabs.
The link.
We switched.
Yeah.
We switched from Streamlabs to Stream Elements, and I don't think they got switched over. And the person who controls them has no internet because fuck the UK.
Well, one way or the other, go check out Slippery Nos over on his Twitch channel, Slippery Nos. You can find it on Twitch by typing in Slippery Nos for Nosferatu.
Slip, type your damn name in chat.
Wait a fucking second.
We have the technology.
We have the technology and a chat. Like from mid content bullshit.
Oh my God.
I'm on that channel sometimes, so I automatically elevate it to great.
Yeah, click there to watch me and Softy play Dying Light, where Softy's both horrified and horny at the same time.
That's my entire character type. So,
I've played it 7 times, so I'm just horny.
Fair enough. So Jesus Christ. So, next in the worst trigger discipline ever, I actually have to go with Jay just because of negligence. So, Jason, who are you and why do you exist?
Oh, I was trying to look up my link tree so I can paste it.
Yeah, they all don't work. Shit.
Tree /
All right, put that as a note. We got to go fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, anyways, I have friends who also Jay has a 5 in gunnery. But anyways,
Yeah.
That's why I just said. Listen, I just said like criminal negligence, sir.
I have friends who have written books, such as our very own Daybreakathon, who has written Woodbreaker and Windswept. Check them out. Also, I have other friends who have written books, such as Bloodlust of the Bloodletting series, and Obelisk of the Violet Stars series. There we go. Yeah.
Let's see. Who else has bad trigger discipline? Someone who doesn't use a... Shit, y'all don't... shit, I have reasons to say all y'all don't have good trigger discipline for other reasons.
Listen, I don't use guns like that. So you could say me, but also Morningstar is so paranoid about so many things. I think she'd have excellent trigger discipline.
All right, I'm gonna go with the person who only uses magic. I don't even know if he owns a gun.
I not only own pistols, I have 4 in the skill. How dare you? How dare?
Well, I didn't know
Welcome,
that because I didn't pitch, so...
specialist.
Shut up, Cloudy. You're next.
Hello, everyone. I am Lord Radon, and I am mostly here to apparently be really bad with guns. How dare you? But I play Cloudburst here on Mondays. May or may not be guest starring in other games coming up. And I also will occasionally be in other Friendo streams. May or may not have been involved in a Thirsty Thursday stream last week to fluster multiple people. Hey, hey, hey. It was a thing. It was a thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh
But
my.
uh, but yes, I am told I have a very nice voice for a number of reasons. But hey, hey.
Oh my. Okay. For sheer. All right. The reason I
No
have to do
pixie.
this one
It was an
is
entire stream.
the reason I have to do this is because one of you at least has a secret soul in their brain who I know has literally the highest pistol skill of this entire group, but only because they have that secret brain in their brain. So,
Mhm.
Morningstar, who are you and why do you exist?
Hi, everyone. Yeah, like my gunnery use is negligent. I don't have it. But you can find me all over the internet as B Risa Ray. Um, I do this. I play TTRPGs with my friends here on Table of Horrors, but also on Lanyap Gaming, which you can find on YouTube. You will see me on several of those games, maybe a storyteller in the future, with some people that maybe you'll recognize if you head on over that way. Uh,
Hmm.
if you like spicy content, I have that within my links, which aren't in our chat. But if you go to literally any social media and type in Beaver's Rave, I'm probably fucking there. The link is in the fucking bio. Other than that, please be respectful, or else.
And then the man of the hour, or I should say the men of the hour. Mojave, who are you and why do you exist?
I mean, really, it's a matter of perspective. Also, like low key, Cloudy. What did you say your pistol skill was again?
4.
High five, we matched.
Oh!
We match, and Mojave canonically keeps his gun unloaded safety on in his bag unless he is actively planning to use it with the very apparent. Anyway, hi, I'm Daybreakathon. I am here to break hearts and cause problems on purpose. That's really the long and short of it. I have written a
Successfully.
couple of fantasy novels. Written in a very similar mindset. Wardbreaker and Windswept. Noscavian is kindly holding them up. You can buy them by typing in the name and buying them because our links aren't working right now. I'm sorry, it's that extra step, but hey, what can you do? I also did the character art for the characters who have art. Commissions exist if you would like me to do some art for you as well. And when I'm not here, there, or playing other games with these folks and other folks, I'm over on my own channel, Daybreakathon, where I play whatever I want, whenever I can. I ended up taking a few days off to lose my mind in other directions, but I'm hoping to be back streaming again tomorrow. Aside from that, my dog is currently chewing on his foot, but you know he means hello.
Hello, Peppers.
And I talked about all my friends.
Mm.
So, my brain is suddenly not remembering that I talk about everybody. I love my friends.
Yeah.
I have been your Cosmic GM Softonomicon. It is extremely warm in my office, and I'm slowly losing brain power. But if I had my links, I'd put them up. But I have here on Tale of Horrors, I run the Flood and other things that are in the works, specifically a Monster Hearts game called Return to Silence, which I will be pinning down people. God damn it! Oh, I'll be pinning down people. We'll be recording that, and it'll be up for you. And I hope all of you will enjoy it. There's also on a small hiatus that'll be up at some point in the future is Blood Price, which was the Vampire Masquerade spot game. And currently that's it. And then I have my own channel where I do artwork. Right Right now, I've been switching between doing a commission and doing some comic stuff, which is really fun. I'm testing out doing comic layouts and such. I have a Patreon where I have a coloring book, Periodic Table of Monsters. If you'd like to support me on that, $3 and you get a coloring book page a month. Rissa says it's very nice, and I'm pretty proud of it. Follow us here at Table of Horrors. I don't have the links for anything. This is suddenly a little bit off thing. So, I had to actually go look some people up for this. So, we're going to go rating on a channel we've never rated before. I just found them. I don't know. They seem like lovely people. Called Neon Lights Roleplay. They are playing The World Within You. What's this like that video game, The World Ends With You? I don't know. It seems lovely.
Interesting.
It seems like some lovely people. So let's go over and say hi to them. But before we go, we can't go until I caused the most mental damage to you this day. Mojave says the line.
Get ready, Vegas. I'm back.
Ooh, wait.